Welcome to LoganRobo's channel, broadcasting live on twitch.tv/LoganRobo and on youtube.com/@LoganRobo. Tonight's game is The Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Please be advised, the USDA has issued a recall for all LoganRobo streams for containing too much riboflavin. If you or a loved one or are allergic to riboflavin, please be advised that this stream is gonna just mess you up. Thank you for tuning in to twitch.tv/LoganRobo and youtube.com/@LoganRobo. Please enjoy the stream. And we are live! How is everybody doing? Welcome! Let's check out some chat before we get into the game. Over on the Twitch side, Extemporaneous was here early with a lurk and a random Transformers check. Who is Freezer? If I remember correctly, I think that was like one of the, I think there was like a little random Transformers dude from the Rise of the Beasts movie toy line. I can't remember if he was in the actual movie or not, but I don't really collect much from the live action movies, to be totally honest, Extemporaneous. Also, would you rather be a world-class bassoonist or an Olympic level curler? I feel like bassoonist, because like I guess curling, I got no hatred for curling, but I feel like that's only going to be useful on the curling field. I mean, but bassoon, if you're a bassoonist, you could use that wherever you can carry a bassoon. Yeah. To quote the actor who played Jimmy Olsen in the old Christopher Reeves Superman movies, it's like a balloon with S's. Huh?
Holds up cup of lemonade. Unlike somebody in this court, will not break this in my hand, but I hope we have a wonderful stream as we, eventually, move on to page 3 of the case guide.
Cheers to that! I will toast you with my water bottle here. Thank you, Queen Katie. Thank you for the 10 bits. I may be drinking more of this than usual tonight. And I will read some more chat on Twitch and on YouTube, but I gotta fill you guys in on something. This has been weirding me out. So, as you guys know, even though I'm a nerd, I try to stay in good shape. I go to the gym and I work out and stuff like that. And because I was sick, what was it, a week and a half ago or something like that, I missed a bunch of time at the gym. And it's always frustrating because then you start to lose progress, right? And so I was like, maybe I ought to look into more like gym exercise supplements and things like that. And a bunch of people really recommended this stuff, creatine. Have you guys used it? And so I'm like, I'll try it. I'll see what it's like. And the main thing I just saw with it was like, okay, if you take it, just keep in mind, it stay hydrated. It's gonna dehydrate you if you're not careful. So like the other day, I started it. I'm like, I'll give it a try. Holy crap, it dehydrates me. For the past 2 days, I feel like I've been doing nothing but drinking water and then peeing it all out. So wow, it is making me thirsty. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to keep going with this supplement because I did not expect that, huh?
Behold LoganRobo. He's loud, confident, impossible to ignore, and somehow turns every room into his personal stage. He's got boundless energy, a larger-than-life personality, and a habit of roaring his approval while talking about the greatness of frosted breakfast cereal.
Oh, it says that's not LoganRobo, that's Tony the Tiger. Thank you very much, Rukop. I was wondering, I finally figured it out at the end. Thank you for the 10 bits. How are you doing? Queen Katie and Rukop, how you doing? I should check YouTube chat because I saw that we had someone who was also there early because I'm on time. I was running late. But it's Jimin Superfan BTS. I hope I'm saying that right. It says, come on, go live. What are you doing? And then I typed in saying, sorry, I'm running late. It said, go live. Okay. See, wait, remember me? I'm from your Poppy Playtime 4 stream. Part 4. Oh, did you change your username? What was your username back then? Said my old name was Elia Forsby. Am I saying that right? Okay, I do remember Forsby. That sticks with me because that's a very interesting name. Elia Forsby, how are you? This is very different than Poppy Playtime. Have you played Great Ace Attorney? Are you a fan of it, or you just want to come back and hang out? Either way, good to have you. Says my old. It says, remember I said I was new, and I was shocked how there was only 12 people. It is going to be fewer tonight because it's Great Ace Attorney. It's not as popular, I guess, as Poppy Playtime. But everyone who is over there on Twitch or on YouTube, even if you're lurking. I appreciate each and every one of you. And then Eli Forsby says, hi, Logan Robo, remember me? I do now. Welcome back. Over on Twitch, Shiro says, yay! Beefaroni says, yo, Beefaroni, it's been a while. How are you? Welcome back. Oh, and Shiro says, streak for a, wait, 20 stream streak? Has it already been that long? Time flies. Thank you very much, Shiro, for whenever we meet, like, I guess you're not new anymore. It's been like a month and a half now. But whenever we meet newer people, I always worry that they'll just come briefly and then disappear. So it's been so great having you. Queen Kitty says, howdy. Magpie says, caw. Magpie flying in. Spending today playing game demos on Steam. I have so many game demos. There are a few good ones. Oh, what ones would you recommend? Oh, says, hey, Longa. Can't stay too terribly long. No! Because I have family visiting and also I have therapy tomorrow. Totally understandable. But how is everybody doing? I hope you guys are more hydrated than I've been the past couple of days. So, once again, thank you, Queen Katie and Ruka for the 10 bits. Thank you, all of you, for being here. Let's go ahead and load up the game, then I will read some more soon. I think I'm mostly caught up on YouTube. I'm still quite a bit behind on Twitch. Let's load up the game where we last left off. So last time, what I do remember is that we were trying to figure out how we could cast aspersions on the character of Mr. William Shamspear, who is the victim of this case, who is trying to point the finger at our client, Soseki Natsume. And what we figured out was he's been cheating the gas company. And the whole thing is a thing with this gas box here. I was looking through the court record and I realized that the soap here, because it has this mysterious indentation, and I realized what that is. That's got to be he made an indentation with a 3-penny piece, and he probably fills it with water, and because we found the soap out on his windowsill outside, fills it with water, puts it outside in the cold British winter, freezes, he gets a fake coin, pops in the meter box.
Logan, I missed you, man. I just started college.
Ooh, how do you like it? I gotta say, like, my very first semester when I began college, I just remember walking around campus and just going like, oh my gosh, this is so much better than high school. It's good. I hope your college experience is going well, Beefaroni. Have you picked out like a major and all that good stuff? But thank you for the 10 bits. More 10 bits.
Logan is a great guy. He makes everyone welcome, but he uses light mode on Discord.
Oh, that is true.
Because he's afraid of the dark and sensitive about it. Stay lonely, my friend.
Okay, thank you so much for being here. As always, I assume the stay lonely means that you're taking off, getting some rest. Good night, Rukov. Thank you for being here. Sleep well. Thank you for the 10 bits. And the slander. I appreciate all of it. Thank you. But yeah, and so if he puts a water coin in quotes there, then when we look at the photograph of when he is poisoned, there's a big puddle underneath it. So and when we examined the box itself, we saw that on the bottom of it, underneath where the coins are collected, there's a hole there. So he, like I said, he puts an impression in the soap, puts it outside, full of water, makes a coin out of water, puts it in there. It melts and drains out of that, and so he defrauds the gas company every day. And so we still got to present more evidence to show this, but that's where we're at right now. Make sense, everybody? Think we're caught up? I'm going to read a couple more quick comments then. Let's see. Eli Forsby says, he said my name! I know, I'll say it pretty much every time I read one of your comments. Said, who's your favorite BTS member? J-Hope, oh crap, I hope I'm going to pronounce these right. Jungkook, Sugar V, Jimin RM, Jin, and Suga? I actually don't know any of BTS. I ought to get to know them because I actually have a friend at work who's like super into K-pop. And of course, like you guys know, I work my day job at the planetarium and we do laser shows. And a really popular one that we're doing right now is a K-pop Demon Hunters laser show. So we have like K-pop pre-show music and everything. But I actually don't know who any of the people from BTS are. I do remember a couple of years ago, somebody from some K-pop group, or maybe it was a K-pop like individual singer, was very randomly on the boxes of Cookie Crisp cereal at the store. So I'm not sure. So if you tell me who to pick, I'll just default to whoever you tell me to pick as my favorite. Oak says, I have the exact same experience in spironolactone. Is that like another medicine or supplement? It's just crazy because like a lot of the times like, careful, you might get dehydrated. I'm like, yeah, right. But holy crap. Again, I'm hoping I will acclimate, but if I don't think I'm going to be able to stay on this stuff. Shira says, you didn't believe the label, did you? I didn't! Oh crap, I accidentally advanced. I forgot that I need to be clicked out of this. Let's go ahead and load up the game and actually play some game, and then I will be back to the chat and talk soon. But yeah, that was my problem, Shiro. I didn't believe the label. I wonder if you could give the court some more details about your meter design. What sort of details? Well, what I'd specifically like to know is how it's dismantled. There we go. How it differentiates coins. That it'll be by like size, right? I wouldn't want to know how it is. Yeah, how it differentiates coins. How does the meter tell the difference between different coins? What do you mean? Well, for example, if someone were to put in 1 penny coin, that wouldn't work, presumably, would it? No, of course not. So, well, how does the meter know what coin it's been fed? Is a threepenny bit. I see what you're getting at now. The meter tells coins apart by their shape and size, which includes their thickness. A threepenny bit is about 3/4 of an inch in diameter, you see. Other coins just won't fit. I see. It's clearly been very well thought out. The witness will amend her formal testimony with that information in case it is pertinent. Oh, crap, so we're going back in the cross-examination. I can't just, like, show all the evidence. I figured it out, Judge. As you wish, my lord. The meter is designed for coins the exact diameter and thickness of a threepenny bit. Nothing else will fit. Hold it! Hold it! So I'm guessing we'll probably just present the soap to that and say, like, oh, this soap is that deepness? Maybe I need to examine it again and, like, measure it or something. But conversely, then, it would seem that anything matching a 3-pence coin exactly in terms of diameter and thickness could equally well be used. Would that be true? Well, yes, in a way. The weight comes into it in a certain extent as well. We thought of that though. Wait, Crab, what voice do we give this guy? We've thought of that though anyway. If I find any fake coins inside the box when I empty the meter, the contract says the customer has to pay 100 times the amount Dermo's not here yet today over on YouTube. That sounds like a bad word in British slang. I've heard that used before, and I think that means something else. It's a fine. We live for moments like that, us gasmen do. Live for them. It would seem the gas company has thought of everything. Wahoo! Hooray for gas! Hooray for gas! Ultimate all the way! That's quite enough of that. Remind me, how big are threepenny bits? About 3/4 of an inch across. What do you think, Mr. Naruhodo? Is this 2 centimeters measurement significant? Or perhaps there's some other aspect of the meter's construction that we should be focusing on? Yes, you may be right. Perhaps I should try a different tack. No, this is the right one. This is the right one. Like asking about whether the meter can be dismantled for... No. Leave it. We got it. This is good. Let us return to the testimony. So let's examine the soap again, click on it, and see if we can get, like, the exact measurements, if we haven't already. Of course, my lord. As I was saying, Altamont meters are unsurpassed. They can't be manipulated. Okay, so let's look into our court record here. I'm going to go back to the previous statement just in case we accidentally present it. And let's go and look at the soap. A cheap bar of soap that was discovered just outside Mr. Shamspeare's window. It's one of 2 that were found there. So let's click it and see if it will measure it exactly. While we're waiting on that, let me read a couple more comments in the chat, though. Let's see. Shiro says, there's a Frosted Flakes factory not too far from me. Oh, that's kind of cool. Can you, like, go there and get, like, free samples and stuff? It's been forever since I've had Frosted Flakes. I've probably mentioned this before, but one of only 2 times in my life that I've ever been outside of the country, outside of the United States, was one time when I was little. My family went out of town to visit extended family members in San Diego, California, and my dad he was a very frugal man. And one day he decided that we would pop down south of the border into Mexico just to buy really cheap groceries. And we stocked up on Zucaritas, the Mexican version of Frosted Flakes. Oak says, they always said it makes you have to pee constantly, but dang, they weren't exaggerating. Shira says, Ace Attorney is greater than. I can't say that slander there. I don't want to offend anybody looking at that other game. I like them both for different ways. Over on YouTube, Eli Fornsby says, there's not a space in sugar, and VV is a different person. Oh, Sugar V! No. Sugar. Sugar, and V is a different person. Okay, sorry. Because since there were commas, I wasn't sure what one name ended in the next began. I'm sorry. It says, and also, it's not Elia. Say I, then Leah. Ilea. Am I saying it right now? Ilea. Put them together. Ilea. Okay, thank you for the correction. Back over on Twitch, Oak said, sorry, I keep missing so many streams. I've been so busy lately. No, it's understand. Like, you have real life responsibilities and things you need to do. I cannot fault you for that. I'm never gonna be like, oh, how dare you, like, spend time with family and tend to your health and well-being and stuff like that. I mean, this is just... It's like a power surge or something. Am I still connected to the internet? I think I'm still live, right? I think I'm still live. I hope so. Wow. Could you guys see that? Like, everything just got really dim in here for a moment. Well, okay, but we're still here. But yeah, because I am just a guy on the internet, just streaming. I am low on the important scale. Quita says, I'm at 148 stream streak and soon at 150, all for 450 points. Again, they ought to be giving you like 1,000 points by that point. Sure says, I mean, keep playing games I like and I show more. GAA is my number 3 game of all time, so of course I'm here chilling. Have I asked you what your numbers 1 and 2 are? Then, let's play a little bit more of your number 3 game of all time, and then we'll be back to the chat some more soon. Bye-bye!
That was me, Logan.
Nothing happened on my end. Might just be your light, not even a buffer or lag.
That was weird. Okay, so what was it? Queen Katie, regular TTS said nothing happened on my end. Might just be your light or even a buffer or lag. Okay, so I didn't know if you could like see on like my cam screen. Yeah, everything dimmed out. And thank you, Beef Long at TTS. It said, wait. That was me, Logan. Oh, that was me, Logan. This is your first warning from the almighty Beef Long. I feel like I'm losing the Beef Longa voice. It's slowly turning into the voice that we did for Siray on 100 Line. But thank you. Oh, that's got to be one of Shiro's other favorite games, right? Is 100 Line. But what would be the other in the top 2, maybe? But thank you very much, both of you, for the Beef Longa TTS and for the regular TTS. I appreciate that. Okay, let's look at this. Oh, look at this bar of soap. There's a circular depression on the side about 2 centimeters across. One might refer to that as a diameter.
Or 3/4 of an inch. Ah! Do you think?
We did find the soap at the scene, didn't we?
Yes. There were 2 bars on that little ledge just outside the window, so we took this one. But I'm sure that when we first found it, there was some sort of reddish medallion in the middle there. I remember it clearly.
So I don't know if the reddish medallion is just like what was shoved in there. That's the approximate size of it to try and like make the impression. Because I'm assuming that Sham Spear filled it with water and put it outside so it freeze because like the winter time. Yes, but there's no sign of it now. Where could it have gone? Okay, so I'm pretty sure we had examined it before, but I guess we had to wait till after we get this measurements. Details of the bar of soap and an update of the court record. A cheap bar of soap that was discovered just outside Mr. Shamspeare's window. There's a 2 centimeter diameter circular depression in the middle of one surface. So now I'll be able to present this as evidence to what Altamont was saying. I think one of my light bulbs is burning out. Hang on, I'm gonna try turning my lights off and back on again to see if it comes back. I think it might be a dead bulb. I'm sorry, everybody. One second. Time out while I check this. It just suddenly got very dim in here. Oh yeah, that light bulb is dead. That light bulb is dead. I hope it's not like a lot darker than usual for you guys. The other one is still here. I'm gonna have to replace that later. Let me know if I look unusually dark or pale or something like that, and I will maybe grab a lamp and turn on a lamp in here if I need to. I assume that if I exit, this is why it's good for me to have light mode, because I'm still illuminated by the screen of the computer. Yeah, that was weird. The meter is designed for coins the exact diameter and thickness of a threepenny bit. Nothing else will fit. Let's say before we present our evidence in here, just in case I'm being dumb, but we have figured this out. We've got this. It's clear sailing until we get a recess to figure something else out here. So let's go ahead and present. And we're gonna present the bar of soap. And there we go. Let me just confirm something here. If the diameter and thickness were to be correct, The meter would accept any object as if it were a threepenny bit. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Maybe it was a dark color reddish, what? Because it wasn't frozen water. Maybe it was like, I was gonna say frozen wine, but why would we freeze wine? The dude's poor. Well, by something of a coincidence, while we were investigating in Mr. Shamspeare's room, we found a particular item that matches the dimensions perfectly.
Something the same size as a threepenny bit? What was it?
The item in question is this! So, it's the lack of the on the other.
What? Have you been inhaling gas? It's a bar of soap.
It certainly looks nothing like a threepenny bit, I must say.
It looks like I'm going to have to point out exactly what I mean, or just like flip the soap over. We got to do it manually. What's so important about this soap is this part here. There we go. Present.
Got it!
Got it. You have to turn over the soap to see what I'm, or we could have handed it the correct way up. We didn't have to make that needlessly complicated.
First thing first, Gafy used 10 bits for a message but you missed it right as you put on your earphones.
Oh no!
Second of all, love how this game actually took into account time for the ice. Was it ice to melt between today and the previous day? Amazing.
I'm assuming that's why there were multiple bars of soap out there, right? Is because that, like, while one was freezing, the other would be ready and go use it, then you fill that up. I'm guessing. So thank you very much for the 10 bits. And I gotta scroll up and see what Kaifi said for the TTS. Let me see if I can, it says, is the light bulb burning out as hard as me? It depends, are you burning out? Oh, crap, I actually clicked. I clicked out of there by doing that. I was Altamont just going, ah. But thank you, Kaifi and Queen Katie for the 10 bits. And Kaifi, how are you doing other than burning out? Let me check some chat first of all over on YouTube. Let's see. Aliyah says, yes, you got it. Yay! It said, do you do custom videos? I've never thought about that. I mean, what exactly would a custom video entail? Like the type of stuff they do on Cameo, where people are like, hey, pay me $20 and I'll do a video where I say like, happy birthday to you or something like that. Like, what type of custom videos do you mean? I mean, I am not opposed to like making extra money if there's a market for that type of thing. So please elaborate. Over on Twitch, Oak says, I got really lucky with Deltarune. I only had to miss one stream when my partner was visiting. And even then you like popped in the very beginning. So I appreciate that. Thank you. At least I'm pretty sure you did, right? But yeah, I'm excited. As of yesterday, I did skip ahead and started posting some Deltarune clips over on TikTok. Like I shouldn't be there yet, but I kind of want to, strike while the iron is hot. And so I'm excited. And then another one's going to go up tomorrow. It's good. Let's see. Oak says, spironolactone is a testosterone blocker. It's used for other things too, but I guess that's what I use it for. Okay, so it makes you pee. Probably a lot of medicines do that. Oak says, that was the beef long at TTS. Queen says, Oak, are you kidding me? Oak says, Katie, I'll never forgive you. And Shira says, number 1 is 100 line. There we go. See, I remembered that eventually. Then there's a massive gap. Number 2 is Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. That is a really good one as well. If I'm being totally honest, I think I do still prefer Breath of the Wild a little bit more. But Tears of the Kingdom is still great. I think Breath of the Wild had 2 things going for it that Tears of the Kingdom did not have. Now, one was the ability to go straight to Ganon, like right off the bat at the beginning, and I just kind of loved that. And the other thing is it had Mipha in it, and Mipha was adorable and wonderful and super cute. So yeah, let's play a bit more, and then we'll be back to the chat soon.
Are you referring to that round depression in the middle of the soap there?
That's right, a depression that's approximately 3/4 of an inch in diameter. Well, we just got eyeballed it, I guess. We have very good, like, spatial recognition going on here. In other words, almost exactly the same size as a threepenny bit.
Get away!
Does anyone here have in their possession a threepenny bit? I don't, I'm poor. I just use my debit card. Sometimes Venmo. Quickly now, hand over your coins, ladies and gentlemen.
It sounds rather like a highway robbery, doesn't it?
A little bit, but Judge is delightful. I'd gladly hand over my valuables to him. Thanks to a kind member of the public in the gallery, I have here a thruppity bit. Oh, look at that. Oh, disappeared. Now it's all behind my ear. Oh, yeah, I did. Yeah, that's all I wanted it for. I don't give a crap about this soap stuff. Now to see if it fits. Oh. Oh, my word! It couldn't be more snug. Ha! Yes, as I suspected. This, without a doubt, is a vital clue to explain how the Ultima Gas Company is being defrauded! Well, I don't believe it! Can I get my coin back? Judge, are you done?
I haven't doing anything. I just been getting drunk over here, and I wanted to smash my glass. Queen Katie said she will not be doing this tonight. So, your assertion amounts to what? I was not paying attention. As I said, kind of drunk right now. It's been a rough couple of days. That some inferior bar of soap has a tentative connection to the theft of gas.
Yes! Yeah! Why are you suddenly dumb, Van Zeeks? The depression in the soap was clearly made by a thruppity bit. I must concur at least that pushing a coin with some force into a poor quality bar of soap such as this is a remarkably simple way of replicating the coin shape. So I feel like, would this count as counterfeiting? Because he's trying to use it to pay for stuff.
And then you could use, well, some melted wax or something to pour into the mold. You can make fake coins in no time.
Hub, like, are we allowed to do this? Can we do this? Can we all try? This brings all the pieces of the puzzle together, or rather, the pieces of the Vero together. It's the method Mr. Shamspear has been using to steal the gas. That's the missing link. And now, if I follow the chain of thought, it's going to bring me a new explanation for what happened that nobody considered yet. I did last stream. So obviously we probably got two things to present now. We got to present the crack in the bottom of the coin case and the puddle underneath it in the photograph. And then we'll, after that, hopefully be like moving along to the next section, the next page that Queen Katie has in her thing. Let me take a look at some more in the chat. First, over on YouTube, Ilea says, can you do FNAF? We have played FNAF on here before. We played Security Breach and its DLC, and then one time around Halloween, I want to say 2 Halloweens ago, we played the first couple of FNAF games. I didn't ever beat either of them. I feel like I got close in the first, wait, or did I? Did I eventually beat the first? I know I didn't the second one. I might have. You know, I honestly can't remember. But if you're interested in checking that out, over there on YouTube, if you check on my profile in the playlist tab, there's a miscellaneous games playlist. And if you scroll down far enough, you should be able to find some FNAF content in there, I believe. It says custom video is when a fan asks you to do a video. Well, I know, I just wasn't sure if it was like, I'm requesting this game for a stream, or if it's like, hey, just like record this video and send it to me and I pay you money, and then a bunch of really cool emotes. Over on Twitch, let's see. Kai V says, in ads right now, is that a bar of soap? Either that or Ryunosuke was happy to see us. I'm not sure. And then Kai V says, yes, I called it! Ah, ha, ha, ha! Shira says, me and Katie were questioning how long it would take you to realize the red medallion was gone. Well, I mean, I do remember there was like a red thing in it. I just don't remember what it was. Like, I don't know if that was what he used to like make that, or perhaps he like first used a real thruppeny bit to do that and then like poured wax in there to make one. Or, but then I'm still pretty sure that it's got to be frozen water, right? Because there's the drainage thing and there's the puddle. Wax, I guess wax could drain out, but wax wouldn't leave like a puddle underneath of the like water. It would like gunk up and stick to things. Wax is sticky. So as Kaifi says, oh, I missed it. I'm sorry, Kaifi, but thanks to Queen Katie, I went back. And then Queen Katie says, I'm so sorry, Kaifi, lol. And Shira says, you look normal to me. Thank you, because I'm looking at the stream and I feel like when I look at my screen, I feel like I look a little bit more zombified because of the poor lighting now. Okay, let's keep going here. Let's play some more. But this is all nonsense! Wait, why is she saying this? She's been looking for evidence that Shamspear has been defrauding her company. We're giving it to her. She should be elated. She should be excited and happy. She can press charges now. If the man had been making fake coins, my worker here would have found them when he emptied the meter. Quite true, Lady Altamont. In the absence of some black magic, such as water melting, that could make them disappear.
Ah, crap. I'm going to have to tell everybody that water can melt. I see. That's what we're dealing with, is it? There is one form of black magic that could cause the fake coins to disappear into thin air. Yes, it is called the water cycle. You see, it melts, like ice melts, turns into what evaporates into the sky, comes down as precipitation.
Exactly. And the meter here gives it away. What on earth? Ha! There are remnants of the magical method used visible on the gas meter taken from the victim's room. If that is your assertion, counsel, the defense will identify those remnants for the court at once. It's going to be the crack at the bottom. Sorry that I'm not like goofing off as much, but I when I know what I want, what is happening, I just kind of want to get it in this game. Where on the meter can the remnants of the method used to make fake coins disappear be seen? Right there. Present! Got it! We found this bar of soap at the scene of the crime just outside the victim's window.
Outside?
Yes, outside, where you yourself, Mr. Meterman, were loitering in the freezing winter air. That's where we found this soap.
Ah, I get it!
That's right. The answer, of course, is ice. Yeah. Shakespeare is in the country illegally and was going to be deported. Wait, no, is that inappropriate to talk about right now? Okay, never mind. Frozen water, that's all it is. Frozen water is all. Did you say ice? No, I said frozen water. We're not talking about that, Judge. Too controversial. Mr. Shakespeare has been leaving soaps like this outside his window each evening filled with water. After a night outside in the bitter cold, the water is completely frozen solid the next morning.
Then he takes his fake coins of,
Van Zeeks is caught up with us.
and feeds them into the gas meter, giving him light and warmth in spades.
Or in shovels! You don't want to say that in front of Susato!
As his room becomes very comfortably warm, the ice now inside the meter's coin box melts,
turning back into water. I understand how like types of matter work. And draining harmlessly away through the small hole made in the underside of the meter. Now, we're gonna be asked for evidence that this has actually happened. We'll bring up a photograph, show the puddle down there, and then boom, we're done, right? We got this. That is how, without leaving any evidence of his wrongdoing, except for the evidence I'm gonna show you in the photo. This man has been stealing Altamont gas! I'm gonna read some more comments in the chat. I'm gonna look at Twitch first this time. Let's see. Kyvie says, I was 2 seconds too early. I'm sorry, Kyvie. Said, can you pin that message, please? Someone! Shira says, light bulb flickering could be storms blowing on the power lines. Honestly, it's light bulbs here. My place that I live at has like horrible wiring. Because you'll get light bulbs, they'll say in the box, like, these will last for like 10 years. They last like 1 year here. Maybe one of these days I had to like call them on their guarantees, like say, nope, burned out again. Just send me more bulbs. I don't want to keep paying for these things. Oak says, this is why it's bad to have light mode, because the light illuminates Logan's eyes. With normal mode, his eyes are less visible and therefore less scary. What if in the dark I just... Should we see what it's like if I turn out the lights and I sit here in dark?
Objection!
Thank you, Kaifi, for the objection. You know, we're gonna test this. We're gonna test this theory. I'm gonna try and turn off the lights. And let's see if it's less scary, okay? Hang on, because why not? I like goofing around here. Hang on, right back. Kaifi, don't do a TTS till I'm back. Is this less scary now? Is this less scary? Let me try. Is there anything I can turn off here?
Okay, I won't.
Yay! You got back. Okay, I'm gonna go turn the lights back on. I don't like being in a dark room. But thank you very much for the 10 bits, Kaifi. 1 second. I thought it looked worse because like everything should be lit up and illuminated and bright and cheerful and sunny and happy. Oh, the light bulb came back on. It's an LED, and so I guess maybe it wasn't fully burned out. Well, okay, I'm glad I did that. It's bright again. Yay! Yay. Let me take a look over to YouTube. Oh, and over there from Ilea, we have a bunch of, are those bars of soap emotes? Wow, an emote for every occasion. And let's see, Kavi says, it's all right anyway. I have free bits from being an epic streamer person. Bumbo says, hey, whoa, how you doing, Bumbo? Welcome! I hope your week is going well. I should play some game. There's probably some lurkers out there that actually want games being played. I'm just glad the light is back on. It no longer seems dim in here. That is how, without leaving any evidence of his wrongdoing, this man has been stealing Altamont gas! Oh. Just like that. So simply. Is he trying to make us look like idiots? I'm helping! He's been fooling us. Oh, like Sham Spear's been making you look like idiots. I thought you meant us. Like me, Ryunosuke. No, I'm helping. I'm nice. I am helping big corporations take money from impoverished, starving artists who just want warmth. I'm the good guy. Ugh. He's been fooling us with some bars of soap and some water. That's right, madam. Yeah, he's probably gonna pipe up now and ask for evidence. I don't believe it. It can't be true. Do you have any idea how much money we spent to develop that new meter? Now you have the audacity to suggest that a bit of soap and some water can render it totally useless. I'm fairly sure I didn't design it. Evidence! Oh, she's the one who wants it. Sorry. I want evidence. If you're gonna stand there and tell me our meters are rubbish, I want to see proof.
She's very good at enforcing accountability, isn't she? Oh, my eyes are sparkling with admiration for the girl boss.
My invisible armband again. Very well, Lady Altamont. If you'd like evidence, I'll provide it.
What? Mr. Naruhodo, are you saying you do actually have evidence to support this theory?
I did notice
Imagine being chosen as a jury member, finding out it's about the victim is the man you think cheated you out, then you testified about it, and should be kicked off the jury yet not. Only for the defense lawyer to straight up tell you how the victim cheated you in the most simple way possible. I would cry.
I mean, okay, yeah, it's gotta feel bad in that regard, but on the other hand, like, this solves her problem. Well, one problem, it solves the problem of him defrauding her. It opens up a whole new problem about the fact that other people could do this with their gas meters, but regardless of whether we had told her or not, that problem already exists. It's just been brought to her attention. So no, we are across the board helping her out. Yeah, it kind of sucks to be here, but we're helping. We're helping. But thank you very much for the 10 bits. Thank you. I should save again because I'm assuming we're going to present evidence at a moment. It's going to be the photograph, right? But just in case. Kind of surprised we're not already through this. This last segment is taking longer than... I'm glad that we didn't try and squeeze this in at the end of last stream because we've already been here over a half hour. I did notice a trace of something that bothered me a little at the time. And I have a feeling that this theory we've come up with now could explain it. The piece of evidence that substantiates the theory about how Mr. Shamspear has been stealing gas is... Wait, do we have to examine it first to, like, click on it? No. Okay, so we should be able to present this evidence. Present! Take that! This is a photograph of the scene at the point when the victim was discovered, taken by Inspector Gregson. Felt really bad. I was like going over a VOD the other day and caught myself calling Gregson Gerson twice. And it clearly shows the remnants of the crime carried out by Mr. Shamspear. What remnants? Oh, you're not even gonna make me click it. Oh, thank you, game. That's nice of you to trust me. Here you see the gas meter on the wall in Mr. Shamspear's room. Now, look closely at the floorboards directly underneath the meter. Also pan down, we can kind of see his butt. What is that? Some kind of grubby stain? No, don't look at his butt, look at the floor. It's just a nice, it's just a wet stain. Almost certainly, it's a water stain resulting from the liquid that drained out of the hole made in the meter. Again, we're not looking at his behind, not talking about water draining out of his holes. I'm gonna read some more comments in the chat. Let's see, Quickita said to Kaifi, I was getting more bits anyway, so I figured I'd help you. And thank you again for helping Queen Katie and for the bits, all of y'all. Kaifi says, lol, thanks. I got audio to record maybe tonight and tomorrow, so I'm gonna lurk while I do so. Oh, what? Mind if I ask what the audio is for? But thank you for the lurk, Kaifi. Oak said custom videos will obviously entail gay porn. No! Is that what FNAF is truly for? Oh, how wrong I've been all this time. Over on YouTube, Ilea says, can you play Outlast? It's a horror game. I've heard of Outlast, but I actually don't know much about it other than the fact that it's supposed to be pretty scary, right? We do occasionally play horror games on stream, like as I saw with Poppy Playtime. I'm assuming that's why you recommend it. In fact, tomorrow, Ilea, we're gonna be trying out Resident Evil Requiem. So if you're into that, I hear it's good. I'm up for some Leon Kennedy. I hope he has so many just cheesy one-liners. Quita said most of my bits are from earnings for streaming. Oak said it's Logan feet pick time. No, that's especially awful because to be totally honest, chat, this is shameful. This is humiliating. But I am at this. I usually have like socks, maybe even shoes on. I am barefoot right now. Please do not look down on my feet. Please do not do it. Just don't. Because I had to do some laundry, and I wanted the socks I was wearing to go in the laundry, so I had to take off my shoes and socks. Oh, Oak says, yes, I will always pop in to say hi no matter what, and I appreciate that so much. Okay, let's play a little bit more here. Almost certainly, it's a water stain resulting from the liquid that drained out of the hole made by the meter. Ha! If one coin gives around 2 hours of gas usage, and the occupant was heating his room in all his waking hours, we can imagine he would have used around 10 of his fake coins each day. This has got to be what Queen Katie was talking about with like having to take into consideration the amount of time it would take to freeze all of them, right? Hey. The melting ice inside the meter's coin box would have been dripping out almost constantly. So he should have put like a bowl down there, maybe. Leaving a stain on the floor. A bowl or a towel. This is awful. And there's further evidence too. There is? Crap, I gotta save my game in case there's further evidence. Because he said there's further evidence. And I'm not sure what other further evidence there is. Is it just gonna be the number of bars of soap? Mr. Shamspear is slumped over his table, apparently having consumed strychnine. And right there next to him is a bar of soap, broken in half. What does that have to do with this? Because we never did figure out why it was broken in half. What's that? What does that prove? You're right! It would appear to me then, counsel, that the man was eating the soap. Okay, there we go. Actually, I was about to joke that was what the judge was going to say, and you said it.
I was saying about how the game takes into account the time to melt it. Cause we literally grabbed this bar of soap, then time passed, we checked it in court and the red thing was gone.
Oh!
I wish more Ace Attorney games did something this clever, honestly.
So the red thing was... but why was it red, though? That's what I don't get, like, why it was red. I'm guessing it'll come up at some point, because, like... It's just gonna be water. He's poor, so he's not gonna be like freezing wine or grape juice or something that would be red colored. Unless, what color is strychnine? I'm gonna Google that, hang on. And I'm just gonna hope that whatever FBI agent checks my Google search history is not concerned about this. What color is strychnine? It's probably gonna be like clear or something like that. Colorless crystals of white powder. Oh, yeah, darn it. So it's not. So why was that one red? Maybe it was the tea? Maybe instead of drinking the tea, he was like, well, waste not, want not. I'm going to let it go cold. Because apparently it sounds like he didn't drink the tea while Soseki Natsume was there. It's like, I'm just going to use some excess. Or maybe he tried. Wait, hang on. When I looked up strychnine, it says also it taste is extremely bitter. So maybe he's like, that's extremely bitter. I don't want to keep drinking that. I'm going to just dump it into here and use that to freeze as the next coins to use. Instead of having to, like, use more water? Maybe? Perhaps? I don't know. The man was eating the soap, was he? Yes, he was eating the soap, Judge.
Pardon me for disagreeing with your lordship, but certainly not.
He didn't beat about the bush there, did he?
In truth, Mr. Shamspear was found with a fork in his hand. And soap in his mouth, and teeth marks, and a little sign that said, I love eating so. Oh crap, what did the judge say? A meal of soap is sounding increasingly likely, Lord Van Zeeks.
You mean to say he was using that fork too?
Yes. To extract a frozen coin from the bar of soap. Oh, so okay, so he's like dislodging it from the bar of soap. And it broke. Okay.
But the bar broke in half. Oh dear. Oh no, his counterfeit schemes. So perhaps it didn't go very well.
Good gracious! Can we eat soap? Is that okay? Smashed bottle. You still counting these, Queen Katie? One smashed glass tonight, one smashed bottle tonight. Lord Van Zeeks! It's dangerous! There's people seated up there behind you.
I was throwing my hand up in despair and happened to catch my hallowed bottle on the way. Pray, forgive my maladroit mistake.
There's a $5 word for you, maladroit. What is the meaning of this, Counselor? Seriously, what does maladroit mean? It sounds French. I don't trust the French. They use tongues and things.
Allow me to pose my learned friend a question. What exactly did you establish with your most recent cross-examination?
That Shamspear cannot be trusted. And that was the whole thing, because we were trying to prove in the, give a reason for Bruce Fairplay and the gentleman on the jury that there was a reason to believe that Shamspear is of dubious morals.
That Mr. William Shamspear is a liar and a thief. In other words, that his testimony is unreliable.
Shut up, Susato. This is going to come back to bite us someday if we ever have to defend Gina Lestrade in a case that's in our future, but in the present future's past. That's it. Now that's exactly it.
Very well. Let us assume the man is a liar. Now allow me to pose another question. What possible difference does that make?
Because your entire case rests on him accusing Soseki Natsume? I think. I'm going to read some more comments in the chat and have some more water. As I said before, I'm very thirsty. Let's see. Kyvie says, I love doing feet pics for real. Oh, says my nails are green right now. Your toenails? Oh, I'll never understand why people are into feet. Here's the thing, like, I think feet are gross. I don't think there's anything particularly special about mine. And so, like, on the one hand, it's like, oh, if people really want to see whatever. But it's like, it's weird being involved in, like, someone taking that kind of pleasure from something, you know? Kyvie said, that ain't even 12 millimeters. What's he talk about? And Kyvie says, sexy vampirish man. His name is literally Shamspear. William Shamspear. And he's not like this game's version of William Shakespeare, because like he studies Shakespeare. I assume it's a stage name and that he has some actual normal real name. And maybe we'll see it. Maybe it's similar to Ashley Graydon. And Kyvie says, what? Quiggett says, yeah, he's like, Shakespeare's name is Shamspear. He quotes stuff from Shakespeare, such as Macbeth and whatnot. Kyvie says, does he steal plots for plays? Kind of! We've talked about how that this case has some parallels to Romeo and Juliet. Oh, and that was the other thing, Kyvie. He and our client got into an argument about power scaling in Romeo and Juliet. Literally. It was about who is stronger, Romeo or Juliet. And so to settle this argument, the two of them met in the victim's apartment late at night. dressed up as the character, so our client dressed up as a lady, and the two of them just wrestled, quote unquote, Greek style. Just all over the ground. So, and again, not even breaking the top 10 gayest things that have happened in this series. And the Kyvie says, W me, I should take time machine to pat myself on the back in an identical timeline. Is this lady supposed to look like she wants to be a queen bee? Yes, she is. In fact, her name is Queen Bee Altamont. She's a queen bee. And her buddy next to her is supposed to look like a worker bee. He has a little satchel that sits on his butt that's striped. And he has like a little handkerchief that looks like two little, and his name is a drone. Like a drone. Yeah. Over on YouTube, Ilea says, I don't think I can make it the stream tomorrow. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, you know what? If you are interested, though, in watching Resident Evil Requiem, assuming it goes well tomorrow, we should play some more streams of it, however long it takes to get through. Or maybe I'll just suck at it and go, that was a mistake and never play it again on stream. But even if you can't make it to any of them, there's always the VODs. You can feel free to check them out. I hope it goes well. We played Resident Evil 5 ages ago, and I was not good at it, but I enjoyed the game. Ashley Graham, that was the last name. Graham? She was adorable in it. Big old ears, huh?
Excuse you, Logan. It's a drone bee. A drone bee. Don't forget the bee.
Oh, that's right. It's the middle initial. A drone bee. Meter manana. A drone bee. So yes, they're very on the nose with these things. Thank you very much, Queen Katie, for the correction on that. Thank you. I should get back to the game now, but I need another sip of water. Hang on.
What possible difference does that make?
Oh, no, before I go back, I do want to say one thing about, actually, I'll wait. I'll talk more about Resident Evil Requiem the next time I'm reading some chat.
What possible difference does that make?
Well,
we know that suicide can be discounted. Scotland Yard's investigation revealed no sign of another vessel that contained poison. And on the night in question, there were no visitors to the room except the accused.
Well, again, somebody could have planted something there. Could have spiked his soap or other things. Pumped some. I don't know. You strychnine.
The young gasman's testimony, which we have no reason to doubt, has confirmed that. Furthermore, the only possible way the poison could have entered the victim's body is via the tea. The court has seen no evidence whatsoever that suggests otherwise. Even if William Shakespeare is the liar you claim him to be, these facts have been objectively established. There is no escaping it.
Oh, that time you don't fall down. He had you dead to rights, and that's the one time you don't fall down onto the counter, huh?
Therefore, in light of these facts, the prosecution calls for immediate adjudication.
The defense says no. I'm assuming we'll just say we need more time to investigate. What's our excuse gonna be, though? You? What? Oh, now you fall down.
Hubba. It was like a delayed reaction. About time.
Order! Well, counsel, how does the defense respond? I'll say, please don't.
Mr. Naruhodo! Oh, I forgot that you suck at your job. I hope I never have to pretend to be a boy and do that.
What was the point of that last cross-examination? Did it actually get us anywhere? Or did it make no difference at all, like Lord Van Zeeks is saying? Save? Because this almost feels like a trap. We just wait and see. We just wait. Let's see what happens when we raise an objection. I don't know if I have any other evidence. Because, okay, well, let's look at our court record for a second. We got the secondhand book receipt. We got the nearby street map, bar of soap, the pair of teacups. I still think we could potentially use this to say that since there was no ring on the inside of Mr. Natsume's cup, but there was a ring on the inside of Shamspear's cup, that would seem to go... Huh?
I want to see what happens when you wail and sob.
Wail and sob? I was going to wait and see. Was wailing and sobbing an option? Okay, we can do that. Does that mean that they raise the objection is the correct answer? We can try that. We can give it a shot. Thank you very much for the 10 bits. If we did present evidence, so I'm trying to see what it would be. As I said, the fact there's a ring around Shamspear's cup would seem to suggest, well, it seems to corroborate the story that Shamspear did not actually drink the tea until later on, after Soseki had left, and that's why there's a stain. But if there's a stain, then that means, shouldn't we be able to test it for strychnine? Because there's like residue. I think Gregson said that there would have to be at least some amount. I mean, it's dried, but maybe that would work, so we could possibly do that. Torn off envelope. We still don't even know what the heck that is from. Oh, wait. Have we always been able to examine this? Let's look at the edge here. Can we slip anything out of it? Whoever opened this envelope didn't bother with a letter opener or scissors, did they?
Yes, whoever opened it was clearly someone with an unrefined temperament. And judging from the angle of the rip here, the person in question must have been right-handed!
Unless he's holding it the other way around. Miss Susato! I think perhaps someone's been reading too much of the Adventures of Sherlock Holmes.
You can never read too much of it, Mr. Naruhodo, never! I'm writing my own Sherlock fanfics. Self-insert. Currently he's falling in love with YN.
Okay, so I guess that's the only thing we can get from this. So that did not help us at all. Now, the photograph, victim's medical report. I don't think there was necessarily anything in here. Ingestion of small quantity of strychnine, toxic effects present 30 minutes after ingestion, high likelihood of the substance having been mixed with the tea the victim was drinking, but no sample could be obtained for testing. The poisoning incident occurred around 1:30 a.m. on 21st February, assessed from the victim's pocket watch that appeared to have been broken when the man collapsed after the delayed onset of symptoms. No container for the poison was found at the scene. And then the gas meter again. Okay, so you know what? We're gonna try what Kaifi said. We're just gonna wait and see. Just wait and see what happens. I will save one more time just in case, because I'm pretty sure I saved, but just in case I messed up. And then we can scum our saves if this kills us. Just wait and see. Or wail and sob, as Kaifi said. Everything is up in the air at the moment. Perhaps I should just wait and see what happens next.
Mr. Naruhodo! This is no time to sit back and watch how the trial unfolds. We have to make our own way forward.
Oh! Illusion of choice.
A fledgling idea will never flourish into a mature argument that's able to win over the jury. Unless it's nurtured with some carefully chosen rhetoric.
Susato-san, I feel like your rhetoric is more carefully chosen than anyone's sometimes.
It seems your argument has run its course to nowhere.
Objection.
Ah! No! This isn't over! The defense will not rest!
What?
Good counsel, you've successfully explained everything. Okay, let's reload. I want to see what the dialogue would be different if we just said, yeah, we'll raise an objection. Kaifi, was that everything you dreamed it would be? And more? Okay, raise an objection. Oh, we should go right into this. No! This isn't over! The defense will not rest! Okay, so it just skips right to this. What? But counsel, you successfully explained everything! You've identified and substantiated the unscrupulous method employed by Mr. Shamspear to consume gas. What more is there to discuss? Whether my client did it! Lord Van Zeeks just highlighted 3 facts in scare quotes in order to make his point. But contrary to what he would have the court believe, not all of them have been objectively established at all!
What are you trying to say, my Japanese friend?
At least one of those so-called facts is an assumption made due to a lack of evidence. Okay, what were the 3 facts then? What were the 3 facts? But the situation has changed now, following the cross-examination of the latest witness to take the stand.
Don't be absurd! What is this nonsense?
I'm probably gonna have to choose, right? Yes, when you bring everything we've learned so far together and consider it as a whole, it's clear. There's a question that we now need to reconsider. Namely, is someone else responsible? Was someone else? Was there another visitor? Was there a poison in the tea? I think obviously we need to reconsider if someone else is responsible. We don't have anything to say. I'm gonna say, was there poison in the tea? I don't know what that has to do with the gas meter, unless it is because it was the dark color thing, so it was frozen tea. Unless what we're saying is that maybe they tested the water underneath the meter and identified no strychnine in it. I'm gonna read some more in the chat while I try to think about this. Let's see. Queen had said to Kaifi, I mean, he was nearly poisoned, so he almost lived the same fate as Romeo and Juliet. Well, as I said, it was a strong parallel to Juliet herself, where we walked in and thought he was dead from poison, but then like revived. And Kaifi said, I'm so glad we went with that voice for Count Suck McBlood. Queen Katie says, has anybody ever been like me as a kid when you learned about the water cycle, thought it was like a plot twist, like, whoa, it becomes vaporized, whoa, it's water now, oh, it's ice. I think it might just be because that I learned about it when I was so young that I couldn't really like, I probably would have needed to wait longer for it to be a twist, but I like the idea of it being a twist, you know? Bubba says, say the song sounds like it has a freedom motif. Everything after playing Deltarune sounds like it has a freedom motif. Kyvie says, nah, I watched some science shows for fun as a kid instead of things like SpongeBob. And Queen says, look, my school was cool and showed magic school bus. And Bubba says, speaking of water and hydrate command, thank you very much, Bumbo. Thank you. As we talked about before, I need to extra hydrate tonight. Thank you, Bumbo. Over on YouTube, let's see, Frozy with the party popper, Frozy. How are you doing? It's so good to see you, Frozy. I'm excited to see you. How is your week going, Frozy? Okay, let's play a bit more here. I'm going to assume it's was the poison in the tea, because we ought to be able to present the teacups and have the residue or something. Or maybe we'll just say that the medallion that was in there was dark colored and so it was probably frozen tea. Obviously someone else was responsible. But that's not really an assumption, that's his conclusion. Was there another visitor? It sounds like, based on what Meter Menina was saying, that there wasn't. I am still suspecting, for right now, Olive Green, that she planted something there that poisoned him. Was the poison in the tea? We've all been led to believe that the strychnine poison that afflicted Mr. Shamspear was in the tea brought to him by Mr. Natsume. But that's conjecture at best.
Objection!
Objection! The victim has testified that nothing else passed his lips that night. There is no other possibility. And since there was no trace of the tea left at the scene, it couldn't be tested for traces of poison.
Objection!
Ayan. As I said, the situation has changed. Because, in fact, some of Mr. Natsume's tea was left at the scene. And a particular piece of evidence proves it. Is it the teacups or is it the bottle?
Objection!
A ludicrous claim. Scotland Yard detectives investigated the scene exhaustively. I know, but I stole teacups. I stole teacups from the scene. What evidence are you suggesting they missed? The defense has made a bold claim indeed. Very well, counsel. Present your proof. What evidence left from the scene of the crime can tell us about the... oh, crap. Let's save. I'm going to stagger this save. I'm going to guess the teacups. But no, it shouldn't be the teacups because it's based on what she said. And... assuming the fake coin was frozen tea, there would be potentially residue in up to 3 places. 1, on the rim of the teacup. 2, on the floor underneath the meter. And 3, possibly inside the ring of the soap. The most likely place is in the teacup because there is like residue around the rim of Shamspear's cup. But that last cross-examination had nothing to do with the teacup. So is it the photograph? What evidence from the scene of the crime could tell us about the nature of the defendant's tea?
it should be this. But again, that last cross-examination had nothing to do with it. So let me take another look at the soap. Was there any residue left on here? I mean, I can't tell if that's actually discolored or not. I don't think it is. So let's say the puddle? Let's try it. Worst case, I lose hit points and I reload.
Take that!
What exactly is this piece of evidence supposed to reveal about Mr. Natsume's tea cats? Crap! Well, I suspect it may possibly be related to the tea in some small way if we dig deep enough.
Then you will be digging for a very long time indeed, my learned friend.
Oh.
Even at the bottom of the deepest chasm, you will find no sense in that absurd assertion.
Dragon Ball! Sometimes I wish I could disappear down a deep chasm to escape his deep sarcasm. Sarcasm? Get it? Chasm, sarcasm? Then I would advise you to think more deeply before you answer again this time. Again, we can hear your thoughts. Okay, let's reload. Reload. So I can have a perfect record of hit points here. You know, I'm gonna try the teacups, even though there was nothing to do with the testimony. There's residue.
Take that!
Oh, crap! Okay, no, never mind. Let's try the soap again? And if it's not the soap, then I am a little bit stumped and I'll have to think about this. Soap!
Take that!
Good gracious! The others were reasonable conclusions as well. I'm gonna read some chat so I can feel better about myself for a minute. Over on the Twitch side of the chat, Kaifi says, so is mine. They also did Bill Nye. And there was Kaifi's objection going, hee 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 hee. Bubba says, I think the dark is more scary. See, that's what I'm saying. Bubba says, he looks like a ghost. Bumbo, didn't you know? This streamer, LoganRobo, he died 6 years ago. Shira says, this is weird. Kaifi says, oh crap, nerve pain in my finger. Oh, what caused it? Oh, an oak with a clip. Okay, for anyone who's lurking or is new or who does not know the deal, if you post a clip into either of our chats, we watch the clip. It's harder to do on YouTube, unfortunately. But let's check out this clip. This will also tell me how far behind I am in the chat. 32 minutes ago, I'm that far behind? This clip from Oak is titled, Never Mind, This Is Way Worse. We're gonna test this. We're gonna test this theory. I'm gonna try and turn off the lights. And let's see if it's less scary, okay? Hang on. See, now I can take a look. I like goofing around here. Hang on, right back. Kaifi, don't do a TTS till I'm back. It's so much more dark in there now. To be fair, that was still with the light mode from my computer shining on me. If I'd like... Is this less scary? It'd probably be even darker if I brought up Steam or something like that, since that's on perpetual dark mode. So thank you very much, Oak, for the clip. I appreciate that. Let's see. Bumbo says... to Kaifi, oh dear, you okay? And Kaifi said, yeah, it was like 2 seconds. Technically, we're the honest guy, whether or not it's good. And Shira says, woman, why you mad at us? We solving your problem. And the Kaifi said, she's a bee lady. She doesn't need to be reasonable. Bubba said, yeah, Ryunosuke's job is honesty. And Shiro says fact. And a timestamp from Queen Katie, 39 minutes. I am a half hour behind still. Okay, and I'm still caught up over on YouTube at least, so let's play some more of the game. Bye-bye.
On the bright side, that was the last item on this page, so thank you. I can finally change tabs on the guide.
Yay! I honestly didn't think we would need to present anything more. I thought everything we'd done was taken care of. But then Van Zeeks had to come and destroy me with logic and reason. But thank you very much for the 10 bits, Queen Katie. Good gracious! This soap again? The same bar the victim used to fashion his coins of ice? Yes, that's right, my lord. It just came back to me. Something about when we first found this bar of soap at the scene yesterday. So we're gonna say that as we've been keeping this in our pocket, some of the tea is still pooled at the bottom of the soap, even though we handed it upside down and had to flip it over, so it should be empty.
It's more bars of soap.
Or we're gonna say there's another one back at the scene, that a coin there. Soap. What are bars of soap doing lined up on a ledge outside the window? Although I think only one of them had the red medallion in it. I'm quite certain that when we originally stumbled upon the bars of soap, there was actually a frozen coin in each bar. Oh, each bar! So there is soap back there, or there's still tea, frozen tea back there.
So you discovered the gas thief's coin factory. Fascinating. That is my sarcasm again.
In a way, yes, but there's more. The coins we found in the soap at the time weren't normal ice.
There was something strange about them, you mean?
Exactly, something very obviously strange.
Ha! They were red!
My light's flickering again.
The ice was red? What the crap? No! You mean...
That's right. It's obvious to me now.
The fake coins in the soap were made from frozen tea!
It's like the rapper turned actor, Ice-T. He's the murderer.
Whoa!
I would remind the court of a statement made by Mr. Natsume earlier in this trial.
That evening, yes, I did take some freshly brewed tea with me when I visited Mr. Shamspeare's room as a gift. The public water pump outside always freezes at night.
Holy crap, I forgot he mentioned that.
So I bottled water especially to make...
Yeah, and we even said at the time, that's gonna be important. And it's important because Shamspeare wouldn't have had regular water to fill up the soap, so he had to use the tea. I completely forgot about that.
And this is the result. Never will I touch tea again. Never.
Ah, yes, I believe there had been a snowfall that day. It was particularly cold. So what does Shamspeare plan on doing in the summer? I guess in the summertime you don't need the gas stove because it's naturally hot. You need air conditioning, which they don't really have even in England nowadays. Sadly, on such occasions, the poorly constructed water mains on the East End are prone to freezing. So on the night in question, Mr. Shamspeare, having no running water to use, was forced to use the tea brought in by Mr. Natsume in order to make his fake coins! My word!
Can we go now? Can we take a break? I gotta use the bathroom.
There were 2 bars of soap in the window ledge when my judicial assistant and I investigated the scene.
That's right. 2. 1, 2. And we only borrowed one of them. Borrowed from the crime scene. We borrowed it from the crime scene. Ugh. And I made some cat flaps. I made so many cat flaps.
Which means that even as we speak, some of the defendant's tea is still present at the scene of the crime, frozen solid in a bar of soap outside Mr. Shamspeare's window! Extraordinary! Earlier today, Inspector Gregson informed the court that if even 1 drop of tea remained, Scotland Yard would be able to analyze it for poison. And as such, we are now in a position to prove or disprove what has now been merely conjecture. By finding out for sure whether or not Mr. Natsume's tea actually contains strychnine. Well, the problem is, like, the case would basically be over if it comes back negative for strychnine, right? So it's gonna come back positive. But again, maybe they'll give us time to investigate and find more stuff. But there's no way that it's gonna come back negative. We're not gonna be that lucky. Let me read some more comments in the chat. Kyvie says to Bumbo, say psych right now. Modern day lawyers / prosecutors. Shira said, well, you've been talking for the majority of stream. That's why this is taking so long. What? What, am I in the type, do I have a chatty tag on there on Twitch? Am I a yapper? And there's not a whole lot of yapping over on YouTube. Whoever's still watching on YouTube, I love you and I appreciate you being there. But what, me yap? Kyvie says to Shiro, haven't we all? And then Shiro says, I never fall behind on chat as bad as Logan does. I don't think anybody does. Kyvie says, I'm technically half lurking. I'm recording audio for voicing memes and adding unique twists onto them. I've thought of that before. Like, a part of me wants to start doing that. I just have so little free time as it is between like editing TikTok videos and stuff like that. I'd love to find little memes and comics of the games we play and like add voice tracks to them. And the Kivy says for YouTube. Oh, and then a pin message has just appeared over on Twitch, written by Queen Pin by Crystal. Crystal, I didn't hear you come in. Queen says, I think I can now share his, I assume you mean William Shakespeare's, Japanese name fact at this point. His Japanese name is William Pettensy. Pettensy? Okay, I mean, it's a more believable name than Shamspeare. Well, let's see what the pun is. Pettensy. The surname comes from a Japanese word meaning crook. Petenshi, which is obvious by how he cheated the gas company with such a scheme. Honestly, even though like the pun doesn't translate, I mean, because now it's Shakespeare, we have Shamspeare, so he's a sham. I almost wish it was Pettensy just for the fact that like that sounds like a name. I mean, I guess it's better than calling him like William Crook or something like that. But thank you very much, Queen Katie, and thank you, Crystal, for pinning that message. Oh, and over on YouTube, Frilzy says, yapping noises! Thank you, Frilzy, for holding down the fort and yapping. And Queen Katie says, I'll stop by for a few minutes tomorrow, but I'll mostly be out of that. Have fun, law. Oh, talking about Resident Evil Requiem. I'm a bit worried because, like, I think one of the people who seemed most interested in watching Resident Evil Requiem was Vero. But Vero's been missing so many streams lately. I miss Vero. I hope the allure of Leon Kennedy will be enough to draw Vero back. If not, maybe I'll just be playing by myself and then afterward go like, okay, the game was fine, but like everybody else was a bit too freaked out by the horror elements. By finding out for sure whether or not Mr. Natsume's tea actually contains strychnine at all.
Arg, you smug Japanese!
Okay, you know what, Van Zeeks, if you are so certain that there's strychnine in the tea, then you have nothing to worry about. Just test it, because you're so sure. You're so sure that it's poisoned, so why are you upset? Ha! My lord, we cannot do the defendant the injustice of passing judgment now. The police should be dispatched to recover the remaining bar of soap from the scene at once. And the defense requests a thorough analysis of the frozen tea embedded in it to determine whether or not it contains any poison. I was like my mouth on my shoulder, like my mouth. Oh, I'm a little mouse. That was him saying that. He talks. He talks.
That mouse talked. It's amazing.
Bailiff! Instruct the police to attend the scene at once. Yes, my lord, understood. And that's it. That's the end. You just fade to black. And Judge probably goes, oh, we'll take it. We'll adjourn until tomorrow or something. It would seem we have no choice but to suspend these proceedings for the time being. I trust you have no objection, Lord Van Zeeks?
None, my lord.
Scotland Yard will recover the tea from the scene and carry out the requisite tests immediately. The trial will resume at the same hour tomorrow. The prosecution and defense may conduct further investigations as appropriate in the interim. I do like that they just flat out tell us that we can investigate. I feel like the first couple of Phoenix Wright games, it was always like, no, you can't investigate. You're not allowed. Yes, my lord. Wouldn't it be cool if we run into Van Zeeks out there? Wait, hang on, have we ever talked to Van Zeeks outside of the trial? Have we ever had a sprite of him like looking straight at us? Well, we managed to scrape through there somehow. Thank you, counsels. Court is adjourned until tomorrow. Gavel slam! Yay! We made it. To be continued. Save my poggers! Yes, save my poggers! Save my poggers! Save my poggers! All right, so what is this? Is this part 3 of your guide now, Queen Katie?
22nd February, 1:11 p.m. Naruhodo's legal consultancy.
Wait. Oh, that's right. This is the past. We haven't unpacked all of our stuff yet. Phew. We made it back in one piece. Just one piece. To be perfectly honest, I thought we were finished there for a while.
Oh, I know. I stopped believing in you. Oh, what a lot of close shaves. Oh, there's so many carriages on the streets of London. You were very nearly flattened several times.
Oh, I'm just on the way back. That's what she was concerned about. Oh, a pin message. Written by Queen Gated, pinned by Crystal, says, page 3. Finally. Did I ask how many pages this chapter, this case has? For some reason, I want to say that you said it was 5, but now that feels maybe that's kind of long. Is it 4? Oh, no, I didn't mean that.
Yes, I know. I was doing a joke. I was the joking. It was a marvelous defense, Naruhodo-san. It really was. I was in awe of you. Even though half the time you're like, Just like lulling Van Zeeks into a false sense of security, right? That's surely all that was.
Oh, thank you.
And now that your fervent exploits have won us some more precious investigation time, let's see if we can find some new clues for court tomorrow.
Yes, let's do that. But first, we should probably talk about the shovel spade thing in the corner.
Is everything all right?
I suppose I still can't quite believe it, that's all. That I'm here in England working as a lawyer, I mean, in the Old Bailey, no less.
Oh.
The truth is, it shouldn't be me, should it? It should be him standing in my shoes. Why did we have to ship his corpse back to Japan? Hey, Susato, if you ever have to go back to Japan because, like, your dad lies to you and tells you he's sick, but he isn't really sick, but he gets you to go back, and you go and visit Kazuma's grave up on a cliff overlooking the ocean, can you, like, dig him up and bring him back here and we can weekend at Bernie's him as a lawyer instead of me? I think his corpse would do a better job than I am. It should be Kazuma's corpse.
It was Kazuma-sama's wish that you follow him to Great Britain and work alongside him.
Yes. I mean, I never had the chance to ask him exactly why, but he clearly had a plan. I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for him.
And you're doing wonderfully, Naruhodo-san. I've no doubt that Kazuma-sama would say exactly the same if he were here with us.
Thank you, Susato-san. Thank you. Oh yeah, here we are. Okay, well let's present her with some crap. And then we'll examine the shovels and spades. Maybe go downstairs, see if we can talk to Herlock and Iris. Hey, Susato. Susato, wanna look at my armband?
You've been wearing that ever since we arrived in Great Britain, haven't you?
Well, it's what shows that I'm a lawyer, so it seems appropriate.
I'm not sure that it really means much in this country, though, I'm afraid.
I wouldn't say that. It might not be official, but it looks official. Often when the police stop me, I just show them this and they leave me alone. Or maybe it's because I'm flexing my guns. They're intimidated by my massive biceps.
You're stopped by the police?
Often I do crimes! Sorry, Susato, but a man needs hobbies! Well, you know, I'm a suspicious foreigner, dressed all in black, with a sword at my side. And I do crimes.
I do think it's probably the sword that's the main reason. Still, it makes me happy to see you wearing it. And the armband.
Yes, I made up my mind that I'll carry them always, even in the shower. The sword has gotten very rusty. This symbol of who I am, and the sword, Karuma. That seemed slightly more important than I was expecting. Okay, present! Secondhand book receipt. Susato-san, what do you make of this?
Oh dear, what indeed? Let me see.
If you don't know, really, it's fine to say so. I won't hold it against you. Okay, that's what she says when she has nothing to say. So I'll read some more comments in the chat while we go through some of these until we see if she has something to say about any of the other pieces of evidence. Let's see. Oh, hang on. She has something to say about soap. Something to say about soap. Susato-san, what do you make of this?
Ah, yes. The soap that we found on the ledge outside Mr. Shamspeare's blocked up window.
Since we discovered him poisoned, I've been scared to wash my hands. I keep thinking the foul soap is going to be the end of me.
Well, the soap's bad name was cleared in the end, wasn't it?
I suppose so. But I'm still worried about it. I think it'd be safer just to never wash my hands again.
Oh, please, you still have to poo. I don't want to get pink eye. I think you haven't thought that through. You will wash your hands, Naruhodo-san. You will wash your hands.
That's a lady who's determined not to get bacterial conjunctivitis. Okay, so like I said, read some more in the chat. Kaivu with an emoji here says, why is it red indeed? Quick said, little as Logan. No, we got there eventually, so it is the frozen tea. But yeah, Quick said, if it helps future Logan who reads this later. I was also confused as to why it was red till I figured it out literally tonight. Wait, tonight? Oh, wow. Kaivi says, hello, future Logan. Hi, past Kaivi. Bumba says, maybe it blood. Okay, does blood, how effectively does blood freeze? Like, because blood is made up of plasma and blood cells. Does, like, would they separate? Because you know how sometimes if you put, like, certain types of liquids in the fridge, for example, they'll kind of congeal and separate into layers? Does blood do the same? Like, if you want to make a frozen blood sculpture, would this be a concern? Just hypothetically, if Bumbo wanted to make a blood sculpture, huh?
Yep, it took me till this exact stream that I figured out it was tea. This whole time I thought it was really gross water.
So had you not played the game before? No, because you've watched a stream of it, and maybe they like kind of breezed over that part or something. That is why it's good that I yap and I take forever onto things, because it gives us time to mentally digest stuff. So thank you very much, Queen Katie, for the 10 bits and for the vindication as well. Oh, we got something to say about that. Oh, no, over on YouTube, Frozy says One Piece, but there's 2 of them. Oh crap, what was it that was in One Piece? What was it that we were saying was in One Piece? Was it the soap? I don't even remember what was in One Piece. I'm gonna say it was the soap. And there was one that was broken and one doesn't have a coin in it. I don't know. But again, Frulzy, I appreciate it. Oh, Frulzy says, blood famously congeals, I think, maybe, perhaps, I don't know. Okay, I've had relatively little experience dealing with blood. I mean, other than like, oh, I got a bloody nose, or I went to the doctor and they had to draw some blood and things like that.
Luffy is in One Piece.
That he is. To this day, I can't think of Luffy's name without thinking. I know I've mentioned this brief story on stream before, but this happened about I want to say it was like a year or 2 ago. There was one time I was over at Walmart, and I'll just say really briefly in case there's anybody who wasn't there last time. And you know how Walmart has over by their like video game section, they have like their kind of nerdier toys. They have like a whole wall of like Funko Pops, but then they also have like anime action figures and things like that over there. So I went over there and I was looking around because sometimes they have like some cool gems there. And while I was looking through this dad with his little son in the shopping cart comes like wheeling on by, and the son was like looking at stuff. I was like, "Oh, Dad, look at that! There's that!" And the kid, well, I mean, was kind of young, but I mean, like still old enough, I guess, to know anime stuff, and noticed an action figure of Luffy from One Piece, and goes, "Dad, look! It's Luffy! It's Luffy!" And the dad's like, "Luffy? What?" And he picks up the One Piece action figures, looking at it, and it says right there on it, Monkey D. Luffy. And he goes, No, this guy's name isn't Luffy. It's Monkey D. Luffy. Yeah, it's not Luffy, Monkey D. Luffy. He was like pronouncing D. Luffy as one word. And so now that's all I can think of sometimes whenever I hear it. But thank you very much for the 10 bits, Kaifi.
Unless you put coins in this meter, of course, it won't give you any gas.
Well, maybe I don't want to have gas. Maybe I want to be able to just sit comfortably and not pass wind. The British have some really chilling inventions, don't they?
No, that would be an air conditioning. They famously don't right now. Thousands of people die in Europe every year from heat-related illnesses. Sorry?
Well, you could die in a cold winter's night if you weren't able to light your stove.
I suppose in a way, one little coin could be the difference between life and death.
Personally, I'd break the meter and find a way to light the stove somehow. Like I said, I like to do crimes.
Oh no! The meter might explode if you were to tamper with it, Naruhodo-san.
The gas companies have it all buttoned up, don't they? Okay, now that we presented everything to her. Shovel spade. Perhaps we should put this spade away somewhere.
That's not a spade, Naruhodo-san. It's a shovel!
No! Shovels are for digging! That's for scooping up loose materials. It's a spade!
No! Spades are for digging! That's for scooping up loose materials. It's a shovel!
What doesn't really matter, does it?
You're so right, Naruhodo-san. We mustn't quarrel over such trifles. Oh, look over there. In the corner, there's a ladder.
On reflection, then, I think I'll leave this spade where it is.
Yes, I think that's for the best. We may need a shovel when we're working in the garden.
Ladder? Oh, look at that ladder. Oh, that is just a regular ladder. That's not even a step ladder, right? I think at some point we figured out the proper definition of a step ladder versus a regular ladder. Okay, nothing else to click in here yet because all of our stuff hasn't been moved in at this point in the timeline. The door to Susato's room. I heard there's another room behind that door. Oh, so have we not even moved in? Oh yeah, because we haven't moved in yet, huh? This is like the very next day after the, or like 2 days later after the first Natsume case. I heard that there's another room behind that door.
Yes, it's my bedroom, Naruhodo.
Oh, they have moved in, but they just haven't moved in.
As you well know.
Shall I help you unpack your things? Just let me enter the maiden's private chambers.
That's very kind, but no thank you. Don't enter a maiden's private chambers.
Your luggage looked very heavy! Are you sure I can't help you move it?
That's very kind, but really, no thank you. The game does not have the budget for assets of the inside of my room. Huh. A young maiden's private chamber is a place of bittersweet secrets, you know.
The only secret I have is a 5-yen banknote hidden on the backside of my Daruma doll. Oh, okay. I hope we'll be able to use that later. These tanks are for keeping sea creatures. They're called aquariums, and they're all the rage in London at one time, apparently.
Yes, the English are so clever, coming up with the idea of having ocean life on display in the home.
And it means you always have an emergency midnight feast on hand, too. I like to eat my pets. Seriously, like, if we don't fill that up with fish and we get hungry, I'm gonna eat Iris. Like, a child is just, like, someone else's child is just a pet, right?
I'm not sure that's really the idea.
Anything else? Anything else? Okay, let's go downstairs. Oh, wait, can we talk to her? Oh, okay, we should talk to her about stuff. I want to talk to her about Kazuma's wishes. That might be important lore things. But I'm going to read a couple more comments in the chat first, because that took a lot of time clicking on stuffs. Let's see. Where did I leave off? Shira says, rip bottle. Quickity said, 4 shattered glasses, 2 tossed bottles. Kyvie says, rip bottle, you will be missed. You were a good son. Real good. Maybe even the best. Was I a good bottle? No, you were the best. Kyvie says, soldier and demo. Team Fortress 2. Oh, I played a tiny bit of Team Fortress 2 years and years ago. I tried to. It was on my old laptop. My laptop could not handle it very well. Shira says, maladroit, marked by a lack of adroitness. Inept. Kyvie says, and what about that word? Adroitness. Shira says, adroit, having or showing skill, cleverness, or resourcefulness in handling situations. I was hoping the definition was going to be like the opposite of maladroit. Kyvie says, nice. And Shira said he's basically saying he lacks skill. And Bubba says, yeah, Shakespeare is a real person here. Shamspeare's a different guy. And Kyvie says, nice. And Shira says, gayest line in all of AA, in my opinion. I've never felt this way about a man before. Clavia, I never felt this way about a man before. Kyvie says, just like Logan is droning on. Who's this Logan person? Who's Logan? And over on YouTube, Cruelty says, he said we made it back in one piece. Oh, so we weren't talking about evidence. It was just, it was a turn of phrase. Says, Monkey da Luffy. Exactly, it was weird. But the dad of this kid was like being so smarmy and smug and smart about it. It's like, oh, he doesn't even know. Kazuma Asogi, the best friend I ever had, and a lawyer with such promise. He really saved my bacon in that horrible incident just before we left Japan. I can still picture him now, looking so fierce and determined in court. I'm gonna sip of water. And then, after the trial, that crazy idea he came up with. A stowaway? Yes, you can fit inside my trunk if you curl up small enough, I'm sure. No one will know. Kazuma, won't you tell me why? Why did you let a Russian ballerina murder you? Why go to these lengths so that I can accompany you to Great Britain? Well, it's been on my mind ever since we got through that trial that you really ought to go into law, be a defense lawyer. You've got a natural talent for it. Believe me, I guarantee it. But I've never even thought about becoming a lawyer. Well, I can't force you, obviously. You'll have to decide for yourself, or maybe have the choice made for you, thrust upon you if I die. Hang on, I'm gonna go talk to a Russian ballerina. What? Klabom? Dead. Garderobe. Ha. But anyway, London is the cultural capital of the world, the city at the forefront of everything. It can't hurt for you to see it with your own eyes. No, that's true. Hope we'll eventually get to that crystal tower they keep talking about. I suppose, though, if you were to become a lawyer, then one day... One day what? Oh, no, never mind. I'm just keeping secrets for no reason. Haha. Huh? Probably like one day you'll meet Van Zeeks and learn about a scar I gave him on his face. That's still the theory I'm running with.
Naruhodo-san?
Oh, sorry. I was just thinking about Kazuma.
Yes. He's forever in my thoughts, too. To change the Japanese judicial system for the better. That was his dream. And that's why he so desperately wanted to come to Great Britain to study, of course.
Yes, that's right. But...
Huh? Yes?
I do wonder if his true intentions lay elsewhere sometimes. I don't know. The thought just takes hold of me every now and then, that's all. Oh, we got even more. So was I supposed to click these other things? I feel like the today's trial and what's next type of stuff is usually like we go to our weird girl assistant when we don't know what to do. But obviously we want to go to Shamsphere's apartment. Okay, so we got to keep talking about this Kazuma's true intentions.
Naruhodo-san, what do you mean by Kazuma-sama's true intentions?
I didn't even ask it. I only clicked a button, Susato. Foreground arms. You know why they're in the foreground? Because these are my forearms. I mean this.
His katana?
I never expected to inherit this sword after Kazuma passed away, of course.
No, I know. It was because I asked you to take it.
When I have it at my side in court, I feel as though it gives me courage.
Yes.
Actually, the night before he died, he told me a little about the sword. Are we retconning more stuff?
It's gonna be like, my soul will be captured into the sword if I ever die on a boat.
Oh, okay, we're getting a full-on cutscene here. Karuma?
That's right. It's a prized sword that's been passed down through generations of the Asogi clan. Kacha! A Japanese man's sword is his soul, Ryunosuke. I can't be parted from my katana.
Well, then why didn't you want to be buried with it? Okay, well, all right. I guess you should have fathered some offspring before you croaked. I'm gonna read some more in the chat. Queen says, I had to, just sounded a little silly on saying, drone. And Kivy says, whale and thought first, time to get some protein shake. I'm gonna be honest, I might be a little dyslexic. Kivy, is there a protein shake that actually tastes good? Because I was talking about trying to get like more exercise type supplements, and I tried one time, and it was disgusting. I wish you could like sample them. That if you went to like a place like that, they'd have like little like, yeah, try this protein shake. But you can't. You gotta buy like a whole freaking jug of it. Bubba says, gotta go, playing rhythm. Have fun, Bumbo! Thank you so much for being here. Hope you're having fun playing your rhythm game. Kaiva says, as someone who usually has to clean that crap up, please do not spill the tea, sis. I went for a 30-minute walk, and now I'm doing leg exercises and having protein shake with Cheetos. I love the balance of like the healthy and the not so much. Do you dip the Cheetos in the protein shake like people at Wendy's will dip fries in the Frosty? Then again, like the protein bars I take are like chocolate chip cookie dough flavored protein bars. Hang on, I gotta breathe for a second here. There we go. And Kyvie says, off-brand though. Oh, off-brand Cheetos? Shira says, Logan, they literally said the teacups couldn't be used for testing. Okay, I didn't know if I'd forgotten. I'd forgotten, I guess. Is it because it was all dried up? Said the floor is dried up, no liquid to test. Boo! I thought maybe they just had assumed that wasn't tea and just ignored it. Well, that makes sense. And I'm still caught up over on YouTube. And again, Frulzy, thank you for being here. I assume that's you still hanging out over on YouTube, Frulzy. Karuma guides me. I truly believe that. So, its name compels its wielder to slice evil in two? Well, not that you would need much compelling. Oh, was it not that you would need much compelling? Is that what we're saying? On that subject, there's something very important that I have to do in Great Britain. Something you have to do? Yes. I'd appreciate you seeing it through with me. There's a man I want to kill. Baroque Van Zeeks. Oh, I slashed up his face good, but I just want to finish the job. Will you help me go kill a man? Of course, I will. Or maybe it's male Strongheart. Whatever it is, I'll see it through to the end with you. Great. I thought you need more convincing into this murder pact with me. I knew you wouldn't let me down.
What did he mean by murder pact? By something very important that I have to do?
I had hoped that the answer to that question would become apparent when we arrived here, but as yet, I've not found a single clue.
I see.
Okay, I don't think we need to ask about what's next and today's trial, so let's head downstairs. Let's see if we can say hi to Iris. There we go. Wasn't letting me control things for a second there. Sholmes is sweet. Is her lock home?
22nd February, Sholmes is sweet.
Oh, Runo and Susie! Hooray, you're back!
Hello, Iris. You're in fine spirits as always, I see.
Well, yeah, that's because I still assume my dad is alive. I am, and you look as immaculately presented as ever, Susie.
Oh, you flatter me.
Well, you couldn't have come at a better time. I just made a bowl of tea, and I'll set some cups.
Really? Thanks, Iris.
But, oh, we say, really? Thanks, Iris, but actually, oh, what is that foul smell? It's just the strychnine in the tea. The foul smell is me! I haven't bathed in a fortnight! Ha-ha! Oh, take in my aromas. Ha-ha! The wanderers return at last. Where on earth have the pair of you been? We've been in court? Oh, for Mr. Moustache's case? It was today, was it?
I'm sure I mentioned it only yesterday, Mr. Sholmes.
I'm sure you think you did. Ha 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 ha! Well, we can laugh about it now. So, tell me, how did the trial go? Reasonably well so far. We've managed to escape without a guilty verdict, at least. Really? I would have liked to see it. Didn't he say that he had some other business to attend to or something? and I must pass the time of day with Mr. Reaper again. It's been too long. Is Lord Van Zeeks an acquaintance, Mr. Sholmes? Naturally. There's not a person in the world who doesn't know my name, Mr. Naruhodo. Not quite what I asked, but still. That's got to be foreshadowing something. They're retconning them into knowing each other.
Mr. Sholmes, whatever is that odor?
Yes, what is it? It's faint, but oh, it's absolutely awful. Pooed my pants. Thought I'd try it. Ah, indeed, that's the scent of victory, my dear fellows. Victory in science.
Oh dear.
All right, I'll bite. What's he up to now? Oh no, I'm not talking to him. I'm not talking to him yet. I wanna let's try present or examine stuff. Let's present some stuff. My armband. Oh, Mr. Sholmes, about this. Not another word. Ah, yes, I see. This would be a collar for a breed of miniature canine with a particularly long neck, and for winter. Oh yeah, we've already had this dialogue. Boo. Same dialogue. Okay. What about the other stuff? Secondhand book receipt? Mr. Sholmes, about this. Dull. Sorry? If you will produce such dull items with such a dull countenance, you must expect a dull response. At the very least, you could do something about your face, my dear fellow. Try to look more Anglo-Saxon. I crave visual stimulation. Something like this. Unbutton, unbutton, unbutton. Is this stimulating you? Oh, crap. Why does he laugh as soon as I take off my clothes? Indeed, that is quite the stimulation I desired. I need to make less dirty jokes. I don't know why my mind's in the gutter tonight. I'm going to read some more comments in the chat, though. Kyvia says, I prefer taking a shower in the dark. Makes it better for my paranoia because I can actually see outside the window. I feel like I'd worry that I'd like slip and fall or something like that. I feel like showers are already, the shower floor is already precariously slippery enough as it is. I also hate having a little window. My window is like above my head, thankfully, but I'd hate to have it like at eye level and be looking out and see things while I'm in the shower. And there's where Crystal initiated slow mode. Guida says, oh, I sure do wonder which mod now is doing slow mode here. Looks at chatter list. Kyvia said the responsible one. Shiro says 35-second slow mode. Crystal says, I would have come much earlier in stream if we didn't have a blackout. You had a blackout? One of my light bulbs went out for a while earlier. Got dark in here. Quigita says, freaking blackouts. Kyvia says, chat, I'm still thirsty for protein shake. Should I get more? Depends. Do you need more protein? Otherwise, you could just have something to, like regular drinks. I don't know. And I'm still caught up on YouTube. So let's keep going here now. Show him the map of the nearby street. Oh no, wrong button. And so dull is what he'll say if he has nothing to say, right? Mr. Sholmes about this. Okay, then I can read some while he's doing that. Quigita says to Crystal, can you pin stuff right now? Crystal says, yeah. Kyvia says, hee hee hee. Quigita says, dope, name fact incoming. Let's try the soap. Have you heard of soap? Oh, there we go. I believe you tried to eat some soap once, didn't you? True, yes. I had a theory that it may cleanse the inside of my digestive system, you see. Was it particularly dirty, do you think? Indeed it was, for I had mistakenly imbibed some ink at the time, assuming it to be coffee. I must cleanse this at once, I thought to myself, quite logically, of course. Only you could have an antidote about Only you could have an anecdote about swallowing soap. I don't know, anyone who swallowed soap probably has an anecdote about swallowing soap. Such is the nature of swallowing soap. Ah, yes, the crockery of the failed thespian and the mustachioed bookworm. His name is Mr. Soseki Natsume. You really should try to remember it. Honestly, it's amazing he remembers our name. You're right, after all, I've entrapped the man twice now. Yes, the deeply malicious bookworm has a deeply malicious mustache.
Oh dear, I'm not sure about that. A deeply misfortunate mustache, perhaps?
That too true. The mustache is indeed misfortunate, but only because it is malicious. Ha!
Oh, what wonderful reasoning, Mr. Sholmes. They both start with M. Oh, you've won me over yet again. I hate Natsume now. Let's go kill him. Let's kill him right now. Just pound him. I wanna feel my fingers around his neck as the life drains from his eyes. Oh.
Oh, it's gonna be dull. Let's see. Quick to say dope name fact incoming. Crystal says add quote me a yapper. Oh, and I gotta scroll in the chat a little bit. And there was the name fact earlier. Kyver said, can we see what quote number 67 is? Let's see what it is. Okay, it is. Quote, hey babe, ain't it funny that we use base 10 number system? Oh, it's Clam's licky licky quote. Oh, and it's not even attributed to Clam. It's just there. That was Clam saying that. Clam saying that. Mr. Sholmes about this. Okay, we're gonna be dull. Kaivi with an emote, and then Queegated with a Miss Vero command. Oh man, I'm getting waterlogged. Like I'm still thirsty from all that stuff I was having to take earlier, and but my belly's full of water, and I don't know what to do about it. You guys. Crystal says to Queegated, yeah, a drunkard climbed on an electricity post. The electricity provider turned off all electricity. I've heard of like blackouts because of like lightning but because of a drunk guy. Okay. And then Crystal with a Miss Vero command. Let's see if there's anything from this. Okay, so that'll be all the evidence. So then now we'll spend 20 minutes going around the room and clicking everything in. And then eventually we'll get to investigating. Maybe, if I feel like it. If I decided to do good with my job as a lawyer. So yeah, I'm gonna examine some stuff. I'll be back for you in a minute. Sholmes, let's start on this side. Oh, wait, Iris is already checked off. Oh, it's probably because we fled the investigation and come back and talked to her. So let's see. Iris, just gonna make sure that she really is checked off. That's incredible concentration, that is.
I find it quite remarkable how she can focus on so many different things at once.
Perhaps I should try drinking more herbal tea. A blind third from the right would be good for you, you know. Oh yeah, this is the same dialogue as before, I'm fairly sure. Okay, so yeah, now click things. The typewriter! If I've remembered correctly, this large and imposing lump of iron is called a typewriter.
To think that every single one of the adventures of Herlock Sholmes blossomed from this very machine! Oh! Such a dreamy thought! Tears in my eyes!
I actually had a go on it the other day. I like the clackety sound it makes. The metal bars that move when you hit the keys got all tangled up somehow, and that made Iris angry.
Mr. Naruhodo, you're ruining my dreamy thoughts! Please don't do that again!
Now I've made Susato-san angry as well. Well, let's see if there's another story idea on her board. Oh, it's still checked off. I'm gonna double check. I divided by, what was the one? Yeah, Buck Up Runo. Yeah, I think we've already seen this one. So maybe most of the stuff has already been clicked. Maybe we just forgot to click the typewriter last time. So that might make this examination of the room zip by whiz bang faster. Yeah, checked off. Boo! Boo gain! You're depriving me of my OCD-induced pleasures. Okay, crap. So we gotta talk to Sholmes. Let's converse about Lord Van Zeeks. And then we'll get to the foul smell after that. Lord Baruch Van Zeeks. Yes, it is an interesting sobriquet? I'm gonna look up that word. I don't know what that word means. Sobriquet? Hang on a second here. And I'll bring up the clip viewer so we can... I hate that the AI overview is the first thing that pops up on Google, but at least we get a pronunciation out of it.
Sobriquet.
Oh. That's a different voice than usual.
Sobriquet.
I like that voice.
Sobriquet.
Hi, new Google TTS girl.
Sobriquet.
Yeah, you already said that. What's your name?
Sobriquet.
Oh, what a coincidence. So what do you like to do?
Sobriquet.
No, I caught that. I caught that.
Sobriquet.
Okay, I don't think she likes
Sobriquet.
me. I don't think she likes me. Argumo!
Sobriquet.
Okay. Well, let's see what it is. Formal or descriptive nickname given to a person, place, or thing, often reflecting key trait, habit, or achievement. Oh, so it is kind of her name. That sounded like a different TTS girl. I like the voice. Thank you for the Tomcat, Crystal. Thank you. Let's play some game. Yes, an interesting sobriquet he has, isn't it? The Reaper of the Bailey. Once the legendary prosecutor has fought for someone's conviction, that person is doomed. Even if he or she is found not guilty by the courts, sooner or later, the hapless soul will vanish from the capital. But vanish how exactly? By falling under a passing carriage, or drowning in the Thames, or succumbing to a sudden fever, or quite out of the blue, being set upon by highwaymen, or climbing into a carriage and being set on fire. There are numerous routes to one's final terminus, my dear fellow. It all seems a little far-fetched, really. Well, on the bright side, Mr. Moustache is fighting fit, for the time being, at least. That's not overly reassuring.
If the rumors are true, though, the obvious conclusion would surely be that those acquitted are, well, by Lord Van Zeek's own hand.
As it happens, Miss Susotto, that is quite impossible.
Huh? Why?
Naturally, the man very quickly came under such suspicion. However, whenever these incidents occurred, the Reaper always had a cast iron alibi. What, he was home reading? Was it the same alibi every time? Really? And so his reign continued, but 5 years ago, he vanished from the courts, never to appear as a prosecutor again. That is, until you arrived at the country, Mr. Naruhodo. No, go back about the alibi. Is it a different alibi every time? Is it one guy? Is it like his roommate? Is it his wife or husband or father or someone like that? Who's like saying, no, he was with me the whole time, and then maybe 5 years ago he actually did do a killing? Yes, so I've heard. In fact, it was the very day I arrived when I was thrust into that trial at the Old Bailey. But it can't be that he knew we were arriving because, like, even if he had some reason to want to see us, that trial was already getting ready to proceed before we even arrived at the Old Bailey. I mean, Strongheart sent us last minute. So unless Van Zeeks was chilling underneath Strongheart's desk, you know, just doing under-the-desk stuff, nothing wrong with under-the-desk stuff, you know, some people are into that, and then, like, popped up and said, hey, yeah, I want to go be the prosecuting attorney for that. Fire whoever's on it and let me be in charge now. That bitter fight to the death coincided with the Reaper's resurrection, and really did end bitterly indeed. And here you are, facing Mr. Reaper again. Poor Bruno, I don't know if you're just incredibly unlucky or incredibly unlikable. You probably both. I hate you. I think it goes deeper than just me. I sense a general loathing of all Japanese people. See, Iris, the real villain here is not the Reaper. It is racism. A racist Reaper is the worst sort of Reaper. Reapers can be racist! Oh, and foul smell and racism. Let's talk about the foul smell first, I guess. But I'm going to read some more comments in the chat first. I need to get close to catching up so we can see if we can at least turn off slow mode soon or reduce it. By the way, I should ask, anybody else have an issue where, like, when you pull up your little menu to do things like slow mode and emote only mode, like the chat settings, it's a completely different menu. And, like, I can't find where emote only and slow mode are anymore. Are they in a different place now? Do you know where they are? Because, like, I hit the little, like, I'm on desktop, and I hit the little cog, the chat settings, pops up. And there's normally a thing for, like, slow mode or emote only mode, and it's gone. And instead I got all this thing with tasks. And it's like review requests. And apparently there's 12 pending requests. I don't even know what those are for. Review unbanned requests. There are like 3 unbanned requests. I don't know what those are. I am very confused by things. But as I said, I'll read some chat. This will give me a chance to breathe. I'm having a hard time. All this water, I think, is affecting my breathing. Queen Gator said to Crystal, that sounds a lot more crazier than the time my internet/power cut off because someone mowed over the important cable somehow. Crystal says, laughing? Says, the guy is safe though, just had grazes, he was reported drunk. Okay, that's good, so he didn't get hurt, at least. And Queen Gator with the timestamp, 1 hour, 20 minutes, 22 seconds. I'm getting farther and farther behind. Cathelli says, Van Zeek's outside of court would be here. Wouldn't be here for now. I didn't know that. I mean, maybe we'll see him eventually outside of court. It was weird, like, with all the characters, anytime there's a prosecutor, like the first time we saw Edgeworth outside of court looking straight at us, but I don't get Cathelli.
Because it's a game!
Thank you, Rukov. I assume that means you're awake again. Thank you. Queen said, page 3, finally. Kyvie says, Roban Logo, what are your thoughts on a beach stream? Gosh, that would be so stupid. Please don't actually. You mean do a stream at a beach or a game on a beach? Here's the thing, if I was at a beach, I would be wearing a full-on,
You are never safe. Stay lonely.
I mean, I think that probably just goes, just generally speaking. Yeah, I'm never safe. At any time, something could happen. A meteor could land on my house. But thank you, Rukov, for that ominous warning. Sleep well, and thank you for the 10 bits. Thank you. But yeah, I think like if I ever hypothetically did a beach stream, which I would never do, like it'd be tough for me to like set up my computer outside on a beach. I would be wearing a full-on swim blazer. I'd be very modestly covered. And B, I'd probably make sure that like the background is not showing like people at the beach. Because I always hate it whenever people post videos online, especially if they're like gym videos and like, oh, look at me work out at the gym. And you can see all these people in the background, and they're probably people who are like out of shape or just like dressed in their grubby gym clothes. They don't want to be seen. They don't want to be on videos. They're just trying to mind their own business, do their own thing. I wouldn't want to do that at the beach. I'd feel really bad about that. Shira says, part 3 indeed. Queen says, 5 pages. Kaiva says, I mean, like, it would be stupid if you streamed video games on the beach, for clarification. I know I'd get sand in my games. Queen says, unless he streamed a game about a beach. In that case, me and Crystal knows the perfect beach game for that. What game would that be? Yangtze River? Does the Yangtze River have a beach? Queen says, it's our life. Oh, wait, hang on. We've talked about that before, right? Shira says, Kazuma, and then sad emote. Kyvie says, I'm so voracious right now. We can get some food in you, Kyvie. Kyvie said, Logan, if you became a comedian and did a show in Miami, I'd watch you. I have tried a little bit of stand-up comedy, though. Several years back, I did a few open mics. I'm going to be honest, like, one of the main reasons I stopped, because the open mic place I was going, the people who were, like, the regulars there, were just kind of like, what is the male equivalent of Mean Girls? It's like that. They were just very insular and kind of like mean to like the new people, and not even in like a fun kind of like hazing you sort of way. Like, haha, we're ripping even hard. Just unpleasant to be around. And I finally realized if I'm not even having fun here, why keep coming here? Kevin says, I mean, I'd come to the show laughing. I'm getting tired. I do still have some fun jokes. My favorite joke was actually a knock joke. It's better than you think it would be. And Crystal says, to Quick 80, with a cutie boy with wiggle brows. Shira says, human blood freezes outside the body at approximately -2 degrees Celsius to -3 degrees Celsius, 28.4 Fahrenheit to 26.6 Fahrenheit.
If you have to explain a joke, there is no joke!
Thank you, Ruka, for the 25 bits. That seemed quieter than it used to be. There's so many like levels I still need to adjust ever since I updated my computer and all the audio levels got messed up. I should get back to the game. By the way, all of you who are like lurking through extended periods of time where I just talk to the chat, I appreciate you, but thank you, Ruka, for the 25 bits for that redeem. Thank you. Let's talk about the foul odor. So, what is that indescribably foul smell?
I love, I was about to say Kibito.
Oh, it's a shout out.
Robotman.
Oh, it's where I forgot Kibo's name.
Keto, there we go. I love his little face there.
I was wrong about his name. I was still wrong.
Kibo!
I get all the K names mixed up. This is before I had a microphone back when my walls were yellow.
Kibo. How am I gonna memorize that? I need like a mnemonic device for it.
That does make me excited for Danganronpa 2x2 though. Thank you very much for the clip roulette. I appreciate that. Okay, so we got a vial of blue fluids. Just hanging out. Ah, well, most probably this, I would say. What is that? My dear fellow, it is, of course, my latest invention. A chemical test that can identify whether or not tea is genuine at the drop of some tea. How unrealistically convenient. A test for whether tea is authentic. Like, what do you mean authentic? Like that it has tea leaves, that it's not herbal tea? What counts as like authentic and inauthentic tea? Like herbal tea is just boiled water that had like a bag of herbs in it. That could be anything. What are we What?
Oh my!
There are some unscrupulous sorts manning the stalls along some of London's less frequented streets. They regularly sell what purports to be high-quality tea, but it is in fact merely dyed leaves of drab flavor. Well, that's certainly unsavory behavior. So, when one is presented with what appears to be black tea, one must be careful. Iris! Okay, so we're specifically looking for black tea, like the actual black tea leaves in it. Hee! At the ready, Hurley! So we're gonna see what happens. You pour it in, and what is it gonna do? Foam up? Gonna turn blue? Something like that? Let us add a drop of my chemical to the cup of tea here. Do you see what happens? Oh, and it turned. Okay, oh crap, my camera screen is in the way. The liquid was red, and it just turned completely black. Oh, in Reno's case, even say that. It's turned completely black.
And what a foul odor it's giving off!
Indeed, the blacker the tea becomes and the more foul the odor, the better the tea is. It would appear that this cup was a particularly fine Darjeeling. That's very ingenious. But what do you do with the black liquid now? Why, dispose of it naturally. Surely you wouldn't like to drink it, would you?
There does seem to be a rather obvious problem with your new invention, Mr. Sholmes.
Oh, what, you can't drink the tea? No, you just pour a little bit out, put like a little bit in a spoon and then drop it in. Hence why this chemical test is merely a test, my dear madam. Right. The point is, we are entering a new era of science. In the world of criminal investigation also.
Yes, forensic science! Oh, these are such exciting times!
I regularly engage in this scientific experimentation alongside my unofficial consulting detective work. The Sherlock-Holmes method will be the foundation upon which modern investigative technique is based. Oh, and it will be based. It will be based and black tea pilled. This little tea incident was a happy byproduct of my ongoing forensic science research. Forensic science? I suppose I should find out more about that. I'm gonna have a new topic here. First, I want to talk about Van Zeek's racism. With Mr. Natsume, who I'm currently defending, being Japanese as well as Miss Usato and myself, I felt it even more keenly in court today. For some reason, Lord Van Zeek seems to have an inherent disdain of the Japanese. Indeed. Bro's racist. It is an interesting observation.
Do you know something about it? Do you, Mr. Sholmes?
It was about 10 years ago that Baruch Van Zeeks chose to enter the legal profession. Okay, so we're finally getting his backstory. Let's save again because it's been a while since we've done that. I need to breathe. I don't know if it's just because I have been talking so much or if it's just because of like all the water I've been drinking today or something, but I can't breathe right now. I'm really struggling to breathe normally. So I'm going to read some chat because surely some talking about chat will make that better. Am I getting close to catching up, by the way? Are we going to be able to reduce the amount in slow mode soon? Queen said, yep, the person I watched breezed past it because editing such a long stream, they trimmed some stuff out and I didn't notice the T mention in the guide till tonight. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Says, if we did overtime last time, I would have been so upset at the same time. Shira says, lol, Dalufi. Queen said, Dalufi, where's Oak? This is such a stunning moment. I know I've mentioned this before. Oak was probably there the previous time I mentioned it. But then again, maybe Oak forgot. Let's see. Caw, how you doing? Says, I am so late to stream, but never late than ever. Never late than ever. I hope everyone is well. How far into the case are you? Well, we just finished the first trial day. This is the first case in the Chronicles collection where we are having a second trial day. So now that we're done with this first trial day, we'll be able to go into the back into the investigating. And hang on, my nose is running. I gotta grab something to wipe this. I'm just a mess today. But yes, so we're going to do the second day of investigating now. Queen said we just finished the first trial day after proving there were T-coins in the soap. Kaw says, thank you, Katie. Oh, Kazuma. And a timestamp, 1 hour, 39 minutes. Oh, so I am still far behind. Oh, but it was reduced a little down to 20 seconds. Quickita says, I need that mask off of Sholmes' chest. Don't worry, he'll put it up on top of his head the next time he's investigating. Then you'll be able to see his man cleavage. It'll be fine. And a Miss Vero command. Krista with a Miss Vero command. She said, when I was a kid, I drank some nail polish remover by accident thinking it was Kool-Aid. Are you a ghost? Are you dead, Shiro? Shiro says, don't worry, I spit it out real fast. Okay, good. No Shiros were harmed from the stupid decision. However, Shiro does not recommend trying at home and very much advises against it. Krista says, laughing, says, somehow worse than me drinking rubbing alcohol. Oh, and a pin message. Crystal says, yeah, Logan, I went to the browser. It just minimized. I cannot find the emote only in slow mo. Yeah, the buttons are just gone. I don't know, why? Why would they do that? Why? And it just happened today, like day before yesterday on the last stream. It was fine. It's just gone. It's gone. Honestly, if you want to know, that is part of the reason why I was a little bit late starting tonight, because I was trying to figure out how to turn off emote only from how it was left at the end of last stream. And hang on. I didn't mean to click that. Sorry. Oh, and Devin is here over on YouTube saying, hey, Logan, I'm just dropping by to say hi. Got to get to bed. Have a good night, dude. Thank you for popping in, Devin. I really appreciate it. I hope that you've been having fun with whatever you've been up to tonight and that you have get a good night's sleep. Is tomorrow, I think, your Jackbox night, if I remember correctly? I hope you have lots of fun with it. Thank you for being here, Devin. Have a good rest of your night. Appreciate you. However, before that time, the young man's closest companion hailed from the Empire of Japan. Okay, so we need to figure out who that is. If we look at Van Zeek's age, he is 32. I think I said before, I'd like it if his best friend was Kazuma. Kazuma is considerably younger than, but not like a ton. Kazuma was what, like 23, 24, something like that. So he's about 8 or 9 years younger. He still could be best friends with him. The only other options I could think of would be Eugene Mikotoba or, what was the judge's name? It was something Jingoku. Seijiro? Was it Seijiro Jingoku? But they're both like much older. So I am going to assume that either his best friend was Kazuma or that his best friend was someone else and that his best friend died and Kazuma was blamed for it? Let's find out.
No, not a best friend from Japan. That's the worst.
What the? Tell us more, Mr. Sholmes. What happened? Not saying. I believe I have made it clear before. I'm unable to tell you anything about the affair. Well, screw you too, my friend. We're just keeping secrets for no reason. That's got to be related to why he didn't want Hound of Baskervilles to be published. Maybe the person's name is mentioned in there.
Oh, but
So was he just sworn to secrecy? Maybe there's some unsolved case? The veil will be lifted on the events of the past in due course, I have no doubt. For now, however, it is Mr. Moustache who is most deserving of your attention, I believe. Okay, forensic science. I got my hopes up. We're gonna get questions answered. So your t-test, is that an example of forensic science? Indeed it is. An essential tool in the cases that hinge on the knowledge of whether some tea is of high or inferior quality. Well, well, the problem is that A, it sounds like how black the substance is and how foul smelling it is. That's a subjective spectrum. So it's not like empirically measurable. Because it might come in handy because, so Seki was saying how his tea was of high quality, right? That he brought it because I think Shamspear didn't have good quality or something like that, yeah? But A, it's subjective, the measurement. We don't know if maybe Soseki himself was over-exaggerating the quality of his own tea. And B, this is gonna be just like the blood samples in the Eggert Benedict case, the Ashley Graydon case, where Van Ziegler will just say, it's like, well, this isn't approved by scientists, so screw you guys. Not a huge number of cases, then. Perhaps a more practical example is required. Fingerprints? Not yet accepted in our courts as evidence, I might add. Really, we are dragging our heels there. I hadn't even heard of them until recently. Which is partly why I undertake research in this field myself, of course.
Does that mean you're studying fingerprints, Mr. Sholmes?
There are others in that field already, and I abhor the company of inferior minds. So why do you hang out with us, then? No, what I am researching is skin prints. Like, for an example, are we gonna have to take off our clothes? Skin prints? A nomenclature of my own design, as is this chemical agent that makes it possible. Okay, the other one is blue, this one's purple. So blue for teeth, purple for skin. It instantly reveals objects touched by whichever person is under investigation. What? Okay, I feel like his science stuff in the first game felt somewhat grounded in reality. What is this crap?
Brilliant, Mr. Sholmes.
Impossible. This is like we're channeling ghosts in the regular game. It's supernatural. As long as it doesn't turn everything completely odorous and black. I assure you, my dear fellows, you will witness my forensic talents in action very soon indeed. Well, I think we should go back to the scene and see if we can uncover any new clues. Invite Sherlock along. Maybe we can dance again. That's the spirit, Runo! See you later! Yes, until later, crocodile. No, Mr. Sholmes, we were thinking you'd come with us. You were? Going to pay me? It's my job. Huh?
I do not remember that invention, so we'll share my theory. It's the blood detection invention all over again. It's gonna be different colors somehow.
Oh, probably, but I'm like, how does that work? Because with blood, you can say, okay, it's reacting to the different blood types, right? But like fingers, it's just like the oils in your skin, are they really that unique? I mean, this is long before we even knew that DNA was a thing that existed, and let alone that's not going to be testable in this way. Like it's just magic. It is magic, is all it is. That there's no explanation that I can think of. How? But you're probably right. It probably will just be different colors, and that's how we'll use the game mechanic. But I'm trying to figure out how the science of this video game works. But thank you very much for the 10 bits, Queen Katie. You were? Yes, of course. You said so just a moment ago. You said we'd witness your forensic talents in action.
Ah, yes, I do recall saying something along those lines.
But you go on ahead. I prefer to appear as soon as you look to a different side of the room and I'll be like clamped onto the wall or something. I shall be sure to follow you later. In all likelihood. Probably. Maybe. Well, I might. Perchance. You can't just say perchance. Your commitment astounds me.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Sholmes. We'll eagerly await your arrival.
It's got to be just the game wants to have some silly thing where he appears. Because like last time, he was in that weird pose up on the stage. Bye-bye, Bruno. Bye, Susie. Oh, okay. So they're officially gone. I can't even converse anymore. Does examining things change to be something different? No, she's just sitting back down. Okay, so let's get out of here then. Let us move. Oh, we still got to do something with her. Let's first go to Briar Road on the way. Let's act realistic. Let's go to the street outside of there.
22nd February, Briar Road.
Oh, that's it. That's it. Anything new to examine? We look at, okay, that's checked off. Okay, so this stuff I guess is all checked off still. Okay, boo, no new stuff. Let's head inside. Mr. Shamspear's room. Maybe we'll see Gregson. Or maybe we'll finally see Van Zeeks looking straight at us while he's doing his investigation. I'm assuming he probably just has, like, Gregson do the investigating for him.
22nd February, Mr. Natsume's lodgings, ground floor.
Hi, Gregson. Oh, hello again, Inspector Gregson.
Agam, what are you doing here, Agam?
Well, we were hoping to have another look around, actually.
Agam.
The lawyer representing the defendant has a right to examine the scene, as I'm sure you're aware.
Yeah, I know, Agam, the score.
Oh, yes, Agam. One other thing. Agam, the soap on the ledge outside the window, did you find it with the tea in it?
Yeah, we found it all right. There was a small amount of tea in it, as you said.
I knew it!
It's with the identification section at the yard now. They're looking into it. The results should be available later today.
Again, my guess is that it will test positive for poison, because that's the more interesting thing to have us our backs up against the wall.
That's wonderful news, thank you.
Otherwise, like Van Zeeks' case will be completely gone.
Pretty impressive performance in court this morning.
Sorry?
Nothing, forget it. Just make sure you don't disturb anything in here, such as like borrowing soap. Standing full-bodied in the background.
Can I present? Oh! You did not waste any time getting here, Herlock. Hi. Hi. Hi, Herlock. Hi, Herlock. I want to talk to Gregson first.
Are you looking for new clues, Inspector?
On Lord Van Zeek's orders, yeah. Don't come back till you've got something for me, he says.
Oh dear, poor you.
Yeah, poor me. Because we've already searched every nook and cranny in this place. It's before Edgeworth became obsessed with everyone's nooks and crannies. Agam, don't know what he expects, to be honest. Agam, thank goodness for warm chips. Agam is all I can say. Agam.
Well, at least he's honest.
Agam.
Okay, anything else over here? So let's see. It looks like everything is still checked off. Oh, that's not checked off. If you ran out of change, you wouldn't even have any light, let alone heat. For the needy, London's winters can be very harsh.
That's true, but if you think about it, even the wealthy would find themselves freezing if they ran out of small change.
London's winters can be very harsh for the forgetful too then. Frankly, I'm starting to wonder if Susato-san and I are gonna make it to spring.
That's true. We don't even have a meter at Baker Street, let alone gas stove.
Hang on, I gotta breathe again for a second. I have not been breathing enough as I've been talking. I've been talking nonstop for almost 2.5 hours. Oh, speaking of which, almost 2.5 hours into the stream. Now is a really good time to start looking up raid suggestions. Everyone on the Twitch side. If you're on the YouTube side, you don't have to worry about raids. I still appreciate you. I should read some more in the chat. Oh my goodness. I gotta get used to all this water that I have to drink these days. Crystal says, Logan, no, what did I do? Why is it I always stumble upon Logan, no, and then I can't remember what it was? Shira says to Crystal, I wish I was joking. Quita says, I'd quote, a racist reaper is the worst sort of reaper. It is! Because you don't know if he's gonna reap you just because he doesn't like what race you are. Shira says, I don't use a menu. I just type the command. So how do you... I mean, I had to look up at the command for turning emote only mode off, but I don't know what they do for turning on and off. Crystal says, it's not in a different place for my mobile. Okay, so I'll just have to rely on people on mobile, I guess, to do it, or I guess pull up my mobile app and do it from there at the end of stream. Quita says, there's a slash command for slow mode, I believe. Crystal says, yup. And then Quita says, Rukov jump scare. Crystal says, oof. And then Crystal says, oh, right, I haven't done this. There was a clip roulette. And then Quita says, I was just thinking of redeeming a clip roulette, but was broke. Sioux Nation! Says W Lurk. Thank you for the lurk, Sioux Nation. I don't know how long you've been lurking, probably a while, but appreciate you being here. Thank you for the lurk. Crystal said, laughing, free roulette for you then. Ka says, Darjeeling is, I think, my favorite kind of black tea. I don't even know what that is. I don't know. I'm not hip to all the different types. Crystal says, yeah, Logan, I went to the browser. I cannot find the emote only in slow mode. And Shira says, I just use the text commas. And then Crystal says, it's annoying, laughing. All right, let's get back into this. Look how dark the stain on the floor is underneath the meter there.
Yes, from all the water dripping out after the ice coins melted, as you established in court this morning.
And tea. Now, it's a very large and obvious stain, isn't it? Mr. Shamspear must have used an awful lot of ice coins, I suppose. You should have put down a towel or a bowl. It was an ingenious idea, I'll give him that. Anything else I can click before? Oh, I can click the soap. There's a bunch I can click before clicking Herlock.
So it turns out Mr. Shamspear wasn't eating the soap at all.
That's right, and the mystery of why he had it on a plate whilst holding a fork in his hand is solved.
Yes, to prize his latest ice coin out of his mold. And in the process, he accidentally broke the bar of soap in two.
It certainly was hard to imagine, let alone deduce. Anything else? The teacups? The ill-fated teacups from which the two men drank on the ill-fated night.
During their heated literary debate, yes!
Who's stronger, Romeo or Juliet? It sounds like it was quite a discussion.
Now I think of it, I'm sure that the two lovers in the play ended their lives with poison. Oh. Someday I want to end my life with poison with a lover.
That's fiction, Miss Usato. Let's hope it stays that way. Anything else? All right, the bricked up window. The sun never shines in this room thanks to that depressing bricked up window.
Yet, with enough determination, you can always remove the bricks to set some soap outside, can't you?
That sounds like a very wise life lesson, Miss Susato.
Only if you plan to follow a life of crime, Mr. Naruhodo.
Maybe I do. Maybe I do. You got a problem with that? You don't want to prove my crime? Anything else? Man, there's nothing in this room to click. Nothing anywhere. Can't do anything here. Oh, look at that. Look at that. What he's doing? Looks like he's nursing from the mannequin's bosom. He's drinking some mannequin milk. Just... mannequin milk. There was your ASMR for the night. ASMR mannequin sucklage. Mr. Sholmes, what are you doing over there? I'm drinking! Ah, there, Queen Katie, are you happy? His mask is off his chest now. What a question indeed! Was it not your good self who asked me to attend the scene? Oh, what are you doing here, Sholmes? What are you up to over there? What are you doing here? Dear me, once a great detective, one is always under scrutiny, it seems.
Is now the time, Mr. Sholmes? Are you about to show us your forensic talents in action as you promised?
With the greatest of pleasure, my dear madam. Okay, so we're gonna see who has touched what. Oh! Mask on. What's all this? Are you a kitsune? Are you in the Anbu Black Ops in Naruto? Oh, they spin! Okay, so the mask is animated. It's probably not as animated as his default mask, but it's animated. And I like how that the ears are just far enough apart for his floof of hair to go in between. All this is precisely what you requested, Mr. Naruhodo. Oh, God! Oh! Oh! Oh, yo! Herlock Sholmes' sensational skin print seeker gun! Moments ago, I took a sample from the teacup that was used by the victim. A sample? From Mr. Shamspear's cup? Oh, so that is what he'll use to, like, identify the skin oils? I don't know. Each individual leaves microscopic secretions on everything he or she touches. A sample of those secretions is all I need to produce this, a refined indicator solution. By liberally spraying the room with this chemical, everything the victim touched is instantly revealed with the aid of these goggles. Here, try them on. Try not to catch my lice. There! Now spray the chemical indicator about and all will be revealed! Spray? How do I do that exactly? What button do I press? A little press of space on the area you're interested in is all that is required. Like this. Spritz. Ah, what was that stuff? It's like fog. A suspension of the chemical indicator is a pressurized gas. It is the most effective way to cover a large area. That was another invention I discovered incidentally whilst I was developing this idea. As you do. Go ahead, try it, my dear fellow. We may learn something interesting about the victim's movements on the night in question. Well, nothing to lose, I suppose. Let's explore. Let's explore. Everyone and everything here. Spritz. Spritz is up on the hat there. Spritz. Spritz. We'll get a piece of envelope. Spritz. Spritz. We'll get the soap. Oh, wow, that's a whole large area. Spritz. Spritz. Oh, okay. He's just pawing away at that stuff there. Spritz. Spritz. Oh, wow, somebody else pressed up against the wall. There. Oh, wow, someone was just like, okay. Look, there are dozens of handprints here. So there are, a great many indeed. So much so that it's hard to make out any one individual print, in fact.
It sends a chill down my spine.
Perhaps he was leaning against the wall while he, admired the picture. Unlikely, I would say. It's a rather dull scene, after all.
Without wishing to state the obvious, you wouldn't generally admire a picture from such close quarters, I feel.
Oh, very true, Miss Usato. It's a bit of a mystery then. I guess we'll never know why he was just pressed up against the wall. I don't know. Huh?
Wow, that debate sure was fired up in that room, /J.
Yes, that was. Oh, that was how that was how Natsume won the wrestling match. He just pressed him up against the wall. He just pinned him to that wall. What was the? Okay, what is the you know what it is? What is there's a word for in Japan when you walk up to someone whose back is against the wall and you put your arm and like it has something to do with the sound it makes. It's like the ka-chunk sound of your hand on the wall. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? There's a word for it. I need to Google this. I need to look it up. It's the Japanese word for hitting hand on the wall. Oh, what's it called? Kabedon. I think that's right. Kabedon refers to the action of slapping a wall fiercely, which produces the sound don. I think that's right. Yeah, Kabedon. Kabedon. It was just a little Kabedon action between two consenting adults. That's fine. Kabedon. I'm gonna read some more comments in the chat. Let's see. Crystal says to Shiro, it's annoying laughing. Shiro said that bot I mentioned can also turn shield mode and emote only mode on off at the start / end of stream, so it's all automated. Oh, I like that. Because I've just been doing it, because I remember when I very first started streaming, there were people who were doing quote unquote hate raids, I think they called it, where they would get a bunch of people to go into someone's stream while that person was offline and just spam like slurs into the chat and then report the channel for like not moderating slurs out of the chat, and then people get banned, even though it wasn't their fault. And I think the reasonable thing to do would be for Twitch to go, oh, we should not ban people for that. But they're like, no, the reasonable thing is apparently just put on emote only mode or something like that when you're offline. Shiro said, not really, especially because the autocomplete pops up. Seishiro Jigoku. There we go. And then Shiro says, yeah, correct, Jigoku, not Goku. Shiro says, fat fingers. And Kaw says, Herlock is doing magic. Shiro says, Sholmes' science is from a different dimension. Apparently so. Over on YouTube. Oh, no, I'm still caught up on YouTube. Hey, how about that? I feel like I'm getting close to catch up. I need to breathe again. Hang on. You know what? I'm starting to feel like a good argument in favor of midstream ads is it'll give me a chance to breathe. I need to get used to being this waterlogged all the time. It is very unpleasant. All right, let's get back in the game. And yeah, because I can see like the end of chat is in sight. Like I'm almost caught up. So I should probably, we should probably either turn off or reduce slow mode at this point. But I don't know how to turn off slow mode. I can't anymore. I guess I gotta Google that. Twitch command for turning off slow mode is /slow off. Slow off. Hey, there we go. I hate that the toggle is gone. I'm sure it's somewhere, but I wish that if Twitch was like moving around stuff like that, they'd send an email that says, hey, by the way, we did an update and these features are now in different places. Oh, and that's it. Oh, and those are very bright things indeed. All right, let's take a look at the stage now. Let's see if we can spritz the stage. Spritz. Is that it? So look around, spray, history, court record, and options. Okay, it doesn't appear to be any back out of this command. So we just gotta find something else. Is there anything I haven't sprayed yet? Sprayed the window. Oh, no, I missed the window. So there that is. Okay. I thought I had sprayed the window. Oh, well, there we go. Oh, look at all this here. Ah, yes, interesting. A multitude of the victim's handprints.
Why are there so many of them on the floor in this one spot?
Oh, perhaps he had a bad fall just here.
There's nothing obvious that he would have tripped over, though, is there?
I wonder. Why are we not assuming that it is the wrestling match? Personally, I often stumble when there's nothing obvious to trip over.
I think that's something only a great detective would do, Mr. Sholmes.
Well, this is quite a puzzle. Handprints all over the floor. Yes, there's no obvious explanation. Okay, so two major places were by the picture and the floor. Oh, it's a floorboard. So it's for pulling up that floorboard. Okay, so there's something under the floor, and maybe there's something like written behind the picture or something like that. You gotta pull it apart. So we'll have to investigate those areas and there'll be clues, maybe. Well, we sprayed Mr. Sholmes' amazing skin print indicator all over this room, didn't we?
We did, but there are two places in particular that are of interest, I would say.
Oh, and you can see it's even like completely different. Did I notice that before? I can't remember if I did or not. The handprints on the floor there and by the wall, and on the wall by the picture, you mean?
Yes, and I think the floor warrants closer investigation. I won't be a moment. I'm gonna go over there. I'm gonna crawl on.
What is it, Miss Usato?
Look here, Mr. Naruhodo! One of the floorboards has popped out!
Hang on, I gotta breathe again. I can't breathe tonight. I'm so sorry. Ooh. Moments like this, I wish I had like a like a co-host or a sidekick I could say, just talk for a while I breathe. Out of the... You mean it's a secret hiding place? Excellent work, Miss Husoto. So, what do we have in here? Oi, what are you lot doing? Inspector Gregson, get over here. Come on, help us out.
Stand aside right this minute. Hang 'em, it's my job to investigate there. Hang 'em.
No need, Inspector. You continue to dig in your portion of chips whilst we dig around under the floor here. It's so interesting seeing this at a different angle.
Your fancy talks, put me off food anyway, Sholmes. A new bit of evidence is exactly what I need. I see, what we do there, floorboard. What I do with floorboard, I just pull it up, listen down, it's on ground. What I do, I'm not to figure this out. It's so difficult, I just want, floors and, the floor is really just a downstairs ceiling, and we think about it, and so I go down there. He's just gonna take me down the other room. It's just like a secret tunnel.
Wow, a secret hiding place under the floor. What a find!
It's not a hiding place you could make use of in Japan. I don't think I could lift a straw tatami mat.
You just have like a cutout of it. No, I know, but I never expected one of these wooden floorboards to move either. It's got me wondering about the wall over there too. Aren't you curious?
Oh, I'll investigate it at once.
I can do it. I can do it, Susato. You can let me.
I'm gonna do it.
Oh, she has to stand up on the box.
There's nothing behind the picture, sadly. Only the wall.
Did we look at the back of the picture frame? Again, there might be something written on it. Or something like in the frame if you take the picture out of it. How disappointing. But then, how do you explain the handprints?
I really can't think of anyone, why anyone would have been touching the wall over and over in a place like that.
Ow! Ah! There you are, a print for you.
The photograph of the handprints on the wall has been entered into the court record.
Wait, you can take a photo through, did he put the camera through the mask? Okay. Traces of handprints on the wall discovered using the Skin Print Seeker gun. There are multiple prints on either side of the hanging picture. Okay, so can we take a look at the court record closer? Oh, thank you very much. His invention can make prints too. Yeah, let's look at the court record. I want to take a closer look at this. I mean, the hands overlap with the corner of the picture. See, I don't know. I am not sure. We'll find out later. Oh, I guess. Now then, I wonder if Inspector Gregson has found anything under the floor there. I'm desperate to know!
So am I!
Hey, we're down here. Look at the floor. Hey, you remember the gate? Let's try and see down there. We do the wall. Hey, we don't want to roll going in. Here we are. Hey, don't look over there. I'm down here on the floor. You're gonna click me. You're gonna click me and look on the floor.
I'd love to know if there's anything hidden underneath the floorboard there. Well, ask him. Allow me to ask Gregson now. After all, we're well acquainted. Inspector Gregson! Really, it's been too long!
What is it, Sholmes?
I thought perhaps you might show me what you found there, seeing as we're such good friends.
We're not friends.
No? I suppose not. Because friendship is a two-way street. It goes both ways. Well, I've learned something about our relationship. A dismal failure. Yes, I heard. Oh, I killed to know what was under that floor. Would you kill Gregson? He's right there. Kill him. Just kill him. Okay, so do we have to just wait?
Hey,
All right then, fair's fair. What?
you did discover the hiding place after all. Suppose I should at least fill you in.
Maybe it's gonna be whatever is related to the scrap of the envelope there. Maybe it's gonna be like a stack of incriminating papers. Really, Inspector? Thank you! Do it quickly, my dear fellow! If there's one thing I know about this man, it's that he blows with the wind, as fickle as the weather.
Oh, stop making me out to be some kind of nut! Oh. There were 3 items under the floor there.
Oh, it's probably because they didn't have an asset of what it looks like under there, so we're just gonna tell us.
A newspaper clipping, a photographic print, and a tin box.
Also, I should say, I feel like it's been a while since we've saved, and I'll read some more in the chat. We are right now about 15 minutes away from the 3-hour mark. So once again, on the Twitch side, if you got raid suggestions, just doing another call for those for later on. Let's see. Kaifi says, y'all, I'm back. Welcome back, Kaifi. Oh, speaking of raid suggestions, Shiro has one there. Let me copy that over into my text file over here. Thank you very much, Shiro. And the Queen says, yes, the mask is off. Yeah. And then the daddy command. Kaifi said, what the heck even is that? Magpie says, Shomes with this outfit. And the gun looks like the most flamboyant assassin character in a hero shooter game, and I would probably main that character. Astro Dude said this is what Shomes used on the wardrobe in G12's opening cutscene. Oh, that's right! He had the little gas gun, and it showed all the handprints. Okay, but in that case, he would have been looking for, because like the way he set it up here, he had to do a sample to get a specific person's handprints. So did he I wonder if that means he took a sample off of Kazuma's body? Interesting. There are some logistic details that I don't quite understand, but thank you for the reminder, Astro Dude. Kuita says, I honestly hope Bruno realizes there's a reason why he was caught then arrested back then. Crystal says, I'm trying something, hold up. Only doing the emote only. It says, okay, and then disabled. I'm just gonna have to learn what those commands are, evidently. Shiro says, you are responsible for your chat, whether you are on or offline. Except, you can't be there 24 hours, and Twitch ought to realize that, and not blame people for things like that, you know? Queen said, did you find something? Shira said, that's why hate raids were such an issue. I feel like, if anything, that should have shown that the fault was with the whole being responsible for chat when you're offline. You shouldn't be. Crystal said, okay, so Logan, you can turn on and off emote only in the chat. And then Crystal said, you won't need to, oh yeah, here's I'm gonna copy this down so I'm gonna need to make a text file of these commands until that I can memorize them. Thank you very much, Crystal. You need to /emote only for turning it on and emote only off. If you want to turn it off, you can also do slow and then to a number. Oof, wrong one. You can do slow number and turn on and slow off for turning off. Okay, I'm copying these over as well. Thank you very much, Crystal. You are awesome for getting me all this info. Thank you. I do wonder where those toggles went. The switches have to be somewhere. Queen said you don't need the brackets, by the way. Just test it out in my own stream manager. You can just do the /slow and then type the number. Well, yeah, I think the brackets was just to show that it was a number there, right? So thank you very much. And Quickity with the hydrate command. Thank you. I am so overhydrated, but I'm still so thirsty. Shiro says, I mean, you can easily get a co-host. We have done a couple of streams where Clam has been a sort of co-host. It's just always tough to coordinate those types of things. I think it would be fun if it wasn't for the fact that our streams start at 4:30 a.m. in Vero's time to have Vero be a co-host. Okay, let's play a little more. We got another 10 minutes. We can totally make some progress here in the final 10 minutes of the stream. But yeah, last call for raid suggestions for a little bit later on.
There were 3 items under the floor there. A newspaper clipping, a photographic print, and a tin box. Now, what do you want to know?
About all of them. We'll just go down the line. Newspaper clipping. Oh, okay, you can't see because my camera screen is in the way. Let me turn this off for a second. But look, it's a little chubby man with a beard. It looks like, I still haven't seen the last Puss in Boots movie, but it kind of looks like Who's the bad guy in that? Was it Little Jack Horner? Was he the bad guy or something like that? So it looks like him, and
Looks like this was cut out of the newspaper about 3 months ago.
I would have expected it would be like a play review for something that Shamspear was in.
It's about a convict who got sick and died while he was serving time up in Manchester.
How terrible! You know, put it in my court record, Gregson?
It made headlines down here in London as well. The bloke had been sentenced to death, you see, but nature got him first.
Oh my goodness! He committed a capital offense?
Man by the name of Selden. Nasty piece of work into burglaries and murder.
So hopefully we'll see his full name and see if there's a name fact. Selden sounds to me very much like the name Seldom, so maybe it'll have something to do with that.
They say the hoard he knocked off was worth about £1,000.
A hoard of treasure, you mean?
Jewelry and the like, but he'd hidden it somewhere and no one knows where. And now he's dead. The papers loved it, of course. £1,000 lost en route to heck, or some such was the headline.
Does it not strike you, though? Why such an article would be so carefully ensconced under the floor?
I suppose now you mention it, does seem a bit odd. Perhaps I'll go over the paperwork we've got on Selden back at the yard and see if I can turn anything up.
Capital offender article has been entered in the court of record. A newspaper article about Selden, so we're still not getting a full name. It's probably going to be Selden Milverton or something. A criminal sentenced to receive the death penalty. However, he died of illness in prison whilst his loot remained undiscovered. I want to look at him. Oh, you know who it probably is. It's probably Selden Green. It's probably Olive Green, because she's a chubby little lass. Condemned criminal dies of natural causes in prison. I thought it was sickness. Manchester's Strange Ways prison announced the death of convict murderer and burglarist Selden by natural causes in the early hours this morning. He had been suffering with fever since the end of October. Alerted by the shouts of his fellow cellmate, medical staff arrived to find him already dead before his capital punishment could be carried out. Okay. Photographic print! Oh, look, okay. I'll take it on my camera screen again so you guys can see this. I'm obviously we'll get a closer look in a second. It's Mr. Garadeb, and that's the person who was in the photo on Olive Green's nightstand at the hospital. That I thought was maybe like her brother or something, or maybe her husband. Except she's a miss, so probably not.
So, this is a photograph I found. Looks reasonably recent to me.
Okay, and in Olive Green's photograph, you could see his left hand, and I believe he had a wedding ring on. Yes, it would appear to have been taken on the street in front of the house here.
And the gentleman on the left is Mr. Garadeb, the landlord, of course.
Wait, and he's wearing his medal, does he? I thought he doesn't usually wear it. I can't remember. But who's the young man on the right? Mr. Garadeb's son, perhaps?
Perhaps. You can take that print if you like. I don't need it. Don't want it.
Really? Are you sure? We can presume, therefore, that the yard already knows this. The identity of the young fellow, that is. Okay, and what he's got, in his satchel, he's got what looks like paintbrushes and a rolled up piece of paper. Maybe that's a canvas. So he probably, I'm gonna assume he painted the picture that's on the wall? Maybe? Oh, maybe it's like a thing where the picture has some clue as to the location of the jewelry cache from Selden, and that's why Shamspear was staring at it so intently? Ah, is that true?
Well, it's too bad if we do. Unfortunately for you lot, leaking information in one of my pastimes.
My dear Inspector, if I may be so bold as to point something out. Pastimes are for one's leisure, but this is for work. reason I'm not telling you! A dismal failure. Yes, I heard. The hidden photograph has been entered into the court record. A photographic print found in Mr. Shamspeare's room. It shows the landlord, Mr. Garrideb, together with the young man. We should go to Olive Green's room and look at the picture that she has again. I wonder why a photograph like this was hidden under the floor. I mean, Mr. Shamspeare himself isn't in it. Photographic prints are still rare treasures in the East End. I imagine Mr. Garrideb was rather delighted to have been immortalized. He probably made a proud present of it. Okay, and finally, tin box. Looks like a tea box. You know, the box that like hold like tea bags in. Now this tin box looks interesting, doesn't it? Yeah, it's totally a tea box. Maybe I'm just assuming too much. Might I suggest, Inspector, that you open it? If you were to find something inside that reveals the truth behind this case, I wouldn't be in the least surprised. Funnily enough, I've already had a look. It's empty. It's completely empty. What? Shamspeare! Give us a clue, man!
You didn't even have the chance to utter a word, Mr. Naruhodo. But anyway, at least we found out what's inside the box.
Yes, thin air. It's empty. Rather like how I feel inside. Is there nothing more to this box then? I wonder. Oh, and the box didn't even get added to the court record. Okay. Ah! Wagahai!
Meow, 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 be words, me, Wagahai.
Ah! Hey, Wagahai. Ah, little kitty.
Hey. Oh, look! It's that lovely little kitty cat. What was its name? Wagahai.
I'm gonna save again. And I think I had to fully catch up to chat. We got like 2 minutes until the 3 hour mark. So I should be able to catch up, right? 2.5 minutes, sorry. I should make sure that 30 seconds is counted for. Shira says, Sholmes just got friend zoned, and Quick gave the timestamp 2 hours 45 minutes. Ka says, Sholmes got even worse than friend zoned. He got acquaintance zoned. Shira says, is that really worse? Kaivi says, depends. Shira says he took a sample of Kazuma's sword. And Crystal with some more raid suggestions. Thank you very much, Crystal. I will copy these over into my text file as well. So between these 3 suggestions you've given and the one earlier from Shiro, that should hopefully provide plenty of options for when we wind down the stream tonight. So thank you. Just finishing copying these over, and there we go. Crystal says, yep, you need /slow space, then the number of seconds. I guess I'm just gonna have to get used to it. I feel bad because like pressing like buttons is so much. I mean, I guess it's all pressing buttons, but this is the number of button presses. Shira says, I'm usually open this time of day if you want my chaotic voicing assistance. Jack Horner, big Jack Horner, calling me little is a death set. I still haven't seen the movie. Is that like a real plot point? Because like little Jack Horner sat in the corner eating his something pie. He stuck in his thumb and pulled out a plum and said, what a big boy am I, or something like that. Queen says, Selden is the name of an escaped murderer from the Sherlock Holmes story, The Hound of the Baskervilles. Okay, so it's finally tying into that. Awesome! Queen said, that's it. Shara said, yup, just a basic Sherlock Holmes reference. Queen says, yeah, no full name, Mr. Logan, I'm sorry. It's just Selden in this game. Shara says, sickness equals natural cause. I feel like natural causes is like old age, or if you have like a heart attack, unless Kira wrote your name in the death note. But like a sickness, that's like, I mean, I guess sickness is natural, but it's natural in the same way that like if like a lion jumping on you and eating you is natural. That's not a natural cause if a lion devours you, but it's still nature, you know? Shira says, yes, go to Olive Green's hospital room. You'll be asked to go there later, but going now nets you an Easter egg. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, so is it too late to get the Easter egg? Is it, because we don't know how this cutscene is gonna go. Crap. I should have staggered my saves a bit more. I probably missed out on the Easter egg. Crystal says, meow. So I probably should have done that like before talking to Gregson about all the things. Darn it! Crystal says, cute. Oh, I didn't mean to click that. And then Shira says, I highly recommend watching The Last Wish. Movie is goated. That's the Puss in Boots one. I've been meaning to watch it. It's on a list. I have no excuse. I'm just behind on everything. Said one of the best out there for animation. And Queen of the timestamp, 3 hours. Oh, exactly. to the second. Well done, Queen Katie. And Jira said, Easter egg should still be available. 3 hours, 19 seconds. I got up to chat for the first time of the night on Twitch. Let me take a look over at YouTube. And Ilea just popped back in saying, hi, I'm back. Welcome back, Ilea. Now is actually a really good time to, because we're past the 3 hour mark, I'm going to post my link tree in the both chats. This is for any lurkers who might be out there. I know that we haven't had as many lurkers on YouTube tonight, but I'll post it there as well. But anyone who's lurking on Twitch or on YouTube, that is our link tree that has all of our social media. That includes a Discord invite, which is good because I always post schedules there on Mondays. And all the other places, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, everything like that. You can check it out. You can ignore it. You can do whatever you want. It is there, should you feel so inclined. Also, give you the rundown of the channel. We stream Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays. We are right now alternating between this game, the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, and the other game we just finished. It was Deltarune Chapter 5, but we're done with that now. And so instead, starting tomorrow, we are going to try out, we'll see how it goes. Maybe it's going to be a disaster. I don't know. We are going to try Resident Evil Requiem. We will see how it goes. We played Resident Evil 5 and I kind of sucked at it, so it might be a big mistake. But I've been wanting to play it for a while, and it seemed like a lot of fun. Let's see if we have enough for a raid, because I see that a lot of lurkers been jumping ship as I've been describing that. We might not have at this point. There's our raid message as well. I should have tried to start the raid before doing that, because then we always lose lurkers whenever I do that message. Let's see. Thank you, Crystal, for posting the schedule. Queen said thank you for the very tea stream. See y'all next time for more Ace Attorney, since I'll just be tomorrow for a few minutes, lol. I even appreciate just those few minutes, though. Crystal said thank you for the very gross water tea stream, meow. And once again, like I said, there's a raid message, so you can copy that to clipboard. Shira says, so next GAA stream, make sure to instantly go for the Easter egg in case it's still there. I forgot at what point it goes away. Well, unfortunately, right now, we can't leave because we're like in the middle of like a cutscene thing. But if we're able to talk and still do stuff, then I will try to do it right away. And then Chris says, we shall see Grandpa Leon soon. I mean, I don't know which is more insulting, calling him Grandpa or Unk, or Grandunk or something like that. But yeah, so just a recap. Tomorrow is Resident Evil Requiem. Maybe it'll be disastrous, maybe it'll be fun, and then on Sunday, we will pick up where we're leaving off here tonight. The next Tuesday, we'll see. Maybe that'll be more Resident Evil, maybe I'll pick a different game if I suck too badly at it, but I love and appreciate you all. Thank you for hanging out with me. You guys are the best, you're amazing. Thank you for putting up with my weird hydration and breathing issues tonight, and the light bulb and everything. You guys are amazing. I love and appreciate all of you. Have a wonderful rest of your night. You'll see you tomorrow for Resident Evil. Everybody on Twitch, enjoy the raid. Bye, everybody, bye! Bye, 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 bye. And over on YouTube, whether that's Ilea or Devin or Frulzy or anyone else who has been there, I appreciate you being here as well. Thank you for hanging out. You guys are wonderful and amazing as well. My apologies to Ilea that this was even a sleepier night than Poppy Playtime, but I mentioned it was. I feel like this game is maybe a bit less popular in the zeitgeist than Poppy Playtime was, but thank you for being here. It was good to see you again. And to everyone watching on YouTube and to everyone watching the VOD in the future, good night as well.